What's happening, weirdos? This is the incredible, hilarious Jared Goldstein. I hosted Jared's Just for Laughs, RIP to the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal. But before its untimely demise, I hosted Jared's Just for Laughs New Faces, and he was incredible and hilarious. And then we saw him live. You should see this person. If you don't know who Jared is, check him out on Instagram. It's Hey Jared Hey. So funny. He's also the host of the very funny podcast on which I was a guest. How formal. It's called Sorry What. So funny. I'm so glad you're here. Check him out. Or if you're already a fan, get ready for a really fun conversation. I really loved catching up and laughing together. Only a couple things to plug on my end. PeteHolmes.com for all of these tickets. Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Milwaukee, and then Denver. I'm also going to be at Largo. Go to largo-la.com if you are going to be in the Los Angeles area. My next show is on Friday, August 16th. Always so fun. Hope you can be there. largo-la.com. And for the rest of those, PeteHolmes.com. All right, everybody, let's enjoy Jared Goldstein together, all right? Get into it. Is that cologne? Because not that I no perfume jokes here. It's I've been watching your stand up, so I'm like ready to like kind of like gay roast you. I don't know. No, but the same kind of sassitude you have for yourself. I'm like just taking Lassen.
Take you down.
No.
I'm done.
But you're so funny about it. Here, grab the mic. You're so funny about it. I do this with so many guests.
Okay.
I'll binge their stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're just coming in on a Monday morning.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not in comedy mode per se.
I've been up for 4 hours and I have been dommed by the DMV already. So
Tell me, what do you mean?
I just went there and that's kind of your first mistake.
Appointment?
No, I like to just go when they open because that feels like the only way to claim any power, to be like, actually, I'm in charge. So I go when they open.
That is deadly funny. I love that. This is my choice. Yeah. And you can also leave. Yes. I feel like if you have an appointment, they have you. You have an appointment.
100%.
You have an appointment, but really they have an appointment with you. And then they can violate it. They can betray it.
Anything. And they still find a way. As soon as you walk up to the building, they're like, like,
why?
Because they're not, well, first of all, they're not fully open yet. Yeah. So that was the first thing.
Wait, you got that.
What?
This isn't a bit. Someone went, da, 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 da.
Oh, no,
Someone
fully.
Bill Burred you.
It was weird immediately.
Da, 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 da.
So she like brings a clip. She goes, I walk up to her and then I was like, I'm here to do a title transfer. And then she was like, okay, what are you here to do? And then it's early. It's early. I'm tired too. And then she goes, oh, for a title transfer. And then she goes.
She got herself?
Yes.
Okay.
So then she goes inside. She gets a clipboard for me and a thing. But she goes, but we don't have any pens. So I have a form.
She gave it to you and no pen.
Yeah, I have a form and I have no pen. So I just turned to the guy behind me in line who, for no reason, looks exactly like me. There are 6 people.
It's like being on an audition.
There's 6 people who look like me. This guy looks, I'm like, I'm in the twilight zone. It's like, I'm at the DMV, there's no pen. The guy behind me looks exactly like me. I ask him for a pen. He has to go to his car to get me a pen.
I'm going to need more details.
Okay.
Long hair?
Long hair. Asian. Fagaluna. Simply queer.
I love that you were like, Pete wants me to say something like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
No, that is so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah. So
he had a
he
pen.
goes to his car like for me, and I'm like, we're all like, we're all so close now, like he goes to his car. Yes, yeah. He goes to his car. He comes back. He gives me a pen. We get inside. Once we go inside, she lets us in like truly like 30 seconds later. It's like, you could have just let us in.
Yeah.
But we had to do the song and the dance. We get in, and she's like, because there's no one there. Do you ever have you been to like an Erewhon when it's not busy and like you can't tell? I'm sorry to just, I've been up since 8.
I'm still laughing.
I'm
at
like,
some of
I
the
swear
things
I'm going to
you've
let you
said.
talk on this podcast.
You don't have to. It's a day off. Please just talk for 2 hours.
Let me just scream into
No, what a thrill.
2 ring lights.
I'm pre-dead.
Yeah.
And I will be dead by the end of the story. I'm very sure.
Okay, this will be a minute tops, maybe two.
Stop it.
So if you walk into an Erewhon and there's no one there, it's kind of hard to tell how the line works because it's not intuitive.
Speed agree.
Yeah, so it's like when you walk into the DMV and there's no one there, it feels backwards. You feel like you should go to the right, but you actually are supposed to go to the left.
Yeah.
And to get in line, you walk in, go deeper into the building, and then turn around, and then you're in line.
I'm dead.
So that was confusing.
This is like customs, by the way. I'm totally with you. If you get to customs, you're the first one there.
You're just like...
There's all these different corrals to enter.
Just the dividers, but there's just no...
There needs to be a shepherding dog.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like there needs to be a Great Pyrenees.
Or just like a big sign.
Yeah.
A big sign, just so people know.
Well, I'm not even trying to be funny. Both at customs and the DMV, you're dealing with a lot of people that English might not be their first language. 100%. Or it might be in French or whatever it might be.
Completely.
Please make it a big arrow. You're not condescending. Obvious. Put an arrow with a picture of a guy who looks confused, or just a person.
Yes.
A head.
Literally
just
anything.
A
cardboard cutout.
One ear.
Yeah. Anything at all. So basically, I'm standing to the left of the woman before me, and the woman in charge, she goes, "I need you to get in line," and I think I'm in line.
Of course.
So she's like,
"Who goes to the DMV to strut their renegade stuff?"
I'm really not trying to reinvent this building.
That's what I'm saying. You are there.
Although it needs one.
Yeah. Well, we'll close on how they could fix it.
Yes.
But you go there to play Pac-Man. You go there to eat dots and maneuver around corners and avoid ghosts.
Yes. Oh my God. 100%.
You're just there to play by the rules.
There's a lot of ghosts.
No one's going like, they'll come to me. We all know you've won, DMV.
Yes.
You've won. You broke us.
It's 7:49.
Yes.
I don't want this.
7:49 and I'm here to play ball.
Yes.
And they're like, you're not in line. That's because I don't know where the line is.
No, I don't know where it is.
I'm not here to I'm not moonwalking.
No.
I'm not leaning on a jukebox with a toothpick. I'm here to fill out your forms.
Yes.
I'm here to submit.
That's it.
Help me submit.
Help me submit.
Help me submit.
But also they love the dom of it. They really want you to sub.
No,
They're like,
I know.
you're a little piggy.
I know, but why don't they love it? That's why. I think there is a kink going on. It might not be sexual, but there's definitely a bureaucratic kink that's happening.
Yeah.
And a lot of is it state employees? Is it like
I'm not an elected official. That's none of my business.
I make you. That's the topic I have you weigh in as an authority on.
Yeah.
Who runs the DMV?
Yeah.
State
I think
employees,
it's D.
Big DMV energy.
Yeah, D's in charge. Yeah.
But when you go, what am I saying?
That I don't know I don't know where I am in line.
Yeah, but the kink of it is, I think these employees are like overworked. They're tired. They're angry.
Of course.
Sure.
All
of that. And then the way that it, almost like the way that an oyster makes a pearl.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like grit
or a
going
Toyota
in.
Camry. You know, you can make a lot of things.
Wait, an oyster makes a Toyota Camry?
For me, it did. That's all I got.
Love it. Need it. One of the unspoken perks is that you get to dom or like belittle or like shame ordinary people all day.
Yeah.
And it might attract a certain kind of person that's like,
and look, I deserve it. Okay.
King.
If anyone's, I deserve it. I'm ready to be dommed. I don't even know. I brought the wrong things. I didn't bring a pen, thought I needed one, didn't think I needed one. So it's all what's coming for me.
Sure.
I understand that. Yeah. But I also just don't physically know where to stand in line. And there's the two of us, and we're facing.
Isn't there a difference between someone who says, lick my boot, bitch, and like, you just make a mistake?
Maybe
in
so.
the arrangement?
Maybe so.
Doesn't the fun
maybe so
go out when it's like not a pre-agreed upon, like if they're just suddenly going like, sorry, you need to, I can't make up an example, but something 100%. Funny here.
I would not be my best self in her position either.
Yes.
But we are standing facing her. Our back is to the wall of the building. We've just walked in, and what she needs me to do is be in line behind the woman. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I think I'm in line. So she's like, no, I need you behind her. But behind her is a wall because she's facing
on a wall.
The wall. So then I'm so confused. I literally just go like between her and the wall, and I'm kind of smiling, like trying to like help me out. What are we talking about?
By the way, that is like the revolutionary fist like tattoo or flag. Yeah. It's always tattered. That flag comes pre-tattered.
Yeah.
You just like stuck it to the man, and that's the only thing on the menu is mild.
Just mild.
Kind of like
humor, a little
well-meaning.
Sarcastic.
It's a little sarcastic. Barely. Between her and the wall?
Between her and the wall?
And like what is the scenario? You hope that they go like...
Something,
like a little humanity.
Yeah, and I tell myself this all the time. I can't be the first person to be confused by this. There's a reason I'm confused. I'm not the brightest, but there's a reason I'm confused.
Walk that back. We can say we are reasonable.
Yes.
And reasonably intelligent.
Yes.
And we're confused by your fucking mishmash swastika line fucking system. Eat shit, dude.
Come on.
And I mean fascist, not Hindu swastika.
Of course. Of course. And I know the difference. For sure.
It's all context.
Yes.
Are you at a Hindu ceremony? Relax.
Yeah. Okay. I feel so calm. Is this for me?
That's for you.
That's amazing.
Shake it.
Okay.
If you drink it.
I will drink it.
It's
okay, basically, much. I get in line. It all works out, but it took a lot of, I felt like I was playing a board game. I didn't know the rules. And by the time I got out of there.
Analogy.
Yeah.
Gotta look at, you don't have the top of the box?
No, I spent a lot of money that I didn't think I was going to spend. And
here, I'm actually going to, grab it.
I got it.
You keep telling the story. Watch this.
What? Oh my God. Wow. Okay.
I thought you were going to keep telling me.
This is the service I was hoping for at the DMV.
Well, don't forget, we're going to close this.
Yeah.
And I'm in no rush.
Okay.
In no rush. We're going to close this with the DMV of the future.
Oh my God.
Like, how could they fix it?
I mean, it's a computer, right? It's just a computer.
It's an app.
It's just an app. You can do a lot online now, but...
I'm going to say doctors and the DMV. Why every time do you go to the doctor, you fill out the same form 9 times?
Yeah.
How many... And I forget the date on every page. God. I forget the date every page.
Oh, my God.
And I'm looking back.
Oh, it's horrible.
We're going to start my physical with a humiliation?
Yes.
That's how you want me coming in?
Yeah.
Embarrassed that I couldn't remember that I can't tell you what month it is, by the way.
Yeah.
June.
No.
Took me a second.
I'm not an elected official, and that's none of my business. Do not ask me the date.
I don't want you to be deposed, but if you are, you're ready. Mm-hmm. That was great. Yeah, that's a Magic Mind.
This is delicious.
It's great. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is Magic Mind.
Magic Mind, yeah.
I'm on Pete Holmes' podcast drinking Magic Mind.
Who knew?
Incredible. 12 magical ingredients. Do you see me like desperately searching for an ingredient? What is in here? Matcha green tea.
Yeah, matcha.
Agave, passion fruit, red beet. Okay, I'm scared, but I'll have more.
I think all of this, I didn't even know it had those things. Must be a new rest.
It is delicious.
But it's going to make you feel real nice.
Okay, I need it.
Kind of focus up. What if that's me telling you to focus up?
Hey.
It's going to help you focus
like,
up.
Wake up.
Okay, sidebar. When I was in church growing up, I've said this before, but it's worth saying. Sometimes you'd be prayed at. Okay. So I'd be like acting a fool, and someone would be like, Heavenly Father, help us to focus. And it was like I was the only one who wasn't focusing.
That happened to me in a yoga class.
What?
Yeah.
Tell me.
It was like a free yoga class in New York City that was extreme. I thought yoga was like chill. A nap, like you stretch. It is a difficult workout.
No.
And I needed to learn that.
It's like, and all of the resistance is your fault. You know what I mean? If you're heavy, like if it's hard to do, it's because you're heavy.
Yeah.
So there's like a shame in it.
Yeah.
It's like, there's like all these little, like my wife can do it very easily. And then I'm like doing the same move and I'm like, there's just more of me.
There's more. There's more.
Like, if you're struggling, there's a shame.
Of course.
It's not just you're out of shape. It's also like your body is just... It's like big plates of weight.
Yeah.
It's like, and Brian Regan has a great bit where he's like, I'm so out of shape, I can't relax. Because they're like, put your foot here and relax. And he's like, I can't relax.
Oh my God. Sleeping is slowly becoming a nightmare for me. Like, it's just where the pillows are, what side I can stay on. This? Literally.
I just watched.
The body is going. It's happening.
What? How old? Do you mind?
I know, again, I'm not an elected official, and that is no one's business.
I kind of didn't want you to tell me.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want you to tell me. I'm going to keep on believing.
I like not telling people because then they think I'm like 40. They're like, whoa.
Yeah, okay. You're going that way. But you're young. You're certainly younger.
I'm young. I'm a young
person.
I'm a young person, but it doesn't mean, that the body can't get rip roaring.
Watched a horrible TED Talk. I'm thrilled that I get to just summarize this TED Talk.
Okay.
Because it was one of the worst TED Talks I've ever seen. TEDx, let's be real. This was self-produced. But it was this guy, and he took the full 15 to tell us all that you should only sleep on your back or on your side with a pillow between your knees.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. Do you do that?
Yeah, but we should be sleeping on our back.
That's what he said. Anything where your spine is aligned. And then you're going to have less pain.
Also, like wrinkles, sleep. It's better for your face to be on your back. Yeah, because you're just...
Oh, it's all droop. It's gravity is giving you
is in your favor. Yeah, because when you're on your side, everything is just like mushing into the ground.
Look, I feel like a deer, like a deer in the woods would see me sleeping like this and would know it's wrong.
Yes,
it would kind of be like, just like a little deer judgment.
Just kind of.
So, but imagine. Sorry.
No, go.
My vent.
Yeah.
So my wife is putting down our daughter last night, and Daddy, me, gets 15 minutes. That's like one YouTube. And I go down.
Okay.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like bettering myself. I pick a TED Talk. Wow. I'm so proud to tell you this.
Okay. And you're talking down to me?
What's that?
And you're talking down to me?
Well, normally it's some bullshit. But last night I was like, I'm going to watch this. This motherfucker, the ball's on this guy to take the full 15 to tell you what I just told you.
Yeah.
Lay on your back or lay on your side with a pillow.
Yeah.
And he was treading water. And I was like, I know they give you 15, but as a comedian, I was like, this is a short bit.
Yeah.
Like I was yelling at him. Ooh.
You're like, set up punchline.
Val came down because she put a baby down before this guy could say sleep on your back. You fucking idiot. Making dumb jokes. Fuck you. I'm mad at him. And I was going to pause it, but I was like, I don't have to pause it. And I'm pot committed.
Yeah.
Like I've put enough time in. I have to finish.
Yeah.
And Val was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, no, keep telling me because I'll know when he gets to it. And that's what it was. Sleep on your back.
Sleep on your back.
Of shit.
But also, it's hard to do that because you have to figure out a way where you can do it. If I would sleep on my back if I could.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm on my side. I try to sleep on my back. I got those big, stupid pillows for underneath your thing and nothing
What do you mean,
more.
like a massage pillow?
No, it's like a big triangle foam. It's like a huge foam triangle that you can put under your legs, but it doesn't quite give me what I need.
Yeah.
Here's what my $1 million idea for beds. I'm sure it's already out there, but I think I want to go to like basically like an MRI. They scan my whole body.
Okay.
And then there's a sleep study, and they watch me sleep, and maybe they plug stuff into me, and they give me a physical, and then from that, like Invisalign, they give me a contoured perfect bed for me.
Yeah, like a retainer.
Yes, so that I just get in it and it's ready for me. And the same night, every night, it's like I'm imagining like peaks and valleys, and you're just kind of like perfect, and you're out.
You.
And you wake up and you have a fighting chance every morning. What about that?
I sort of love it. You will look like the villain from the first Dune movie.
I'm okay. I'm acting like the villain from the first Dune movie because my back hurts. If I wake up feeling refreshed, I'm Timothée Chalamet from the Dune movie.
You're so funny. We both were like, let me say it. If you sleep on this for 14 nights, you'll be Chalamet.
Yeah.
I should have. God, shame on me. I saw you. I was like,
just throw the mic
in my
head. Next time, boom. Say it
back.
Yeah.
14 nights on this, you'll be a Chalamet.
Yeah.
The Dune bed.
Is that a thing?
No,
I watched the first 2 minutes of Dune and I said, maybe not for me.
I'm going to say something. There's a sadness to Dune.
Yeah.
Because when you're watching it, full respect.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
It has nothing to do with the movie.
If I was better, I would like it. I'm a little
if culture
intimidated.
were different, I think, okay, that's interesting. I should want to follow that thread because you're the guest.
Yes.
But I don't think it's because you're not interesting. I think it's because when Star Wars came out, it was a different time. Everyone went to the movies. Everyone was talking about it. What I'm saying is if Dune, exactly as it is, came out in 1998, huge phenomenon.
Yes.
I feel like if Harry Potter...
And there'd be like 10 years before the sequel.
Yeah, that's right. And it would be worth it.
Yeah.
And now, like Harry Potter was the last thing. The Matrix, maybe. Well, Harry Potter was after the Matrix. I'm just saying, like, the idea of like a franchise that becomes like our identity. And Dune is going like, will be your identity. And when I talk to younger people, why I say this all the time. It's like, you guys all get my references because it's the same shit. It's like, there's nothing new, and Dune can't do it. And you got Chalamet, and it's fucking incredible. It's not the movie's fault.
Yes.
It's the culture.
Yes.
It's too much short form. It's too much we're just over inundated. No more. Who gives a shit about Dune? Even if you do, it's just a desperate ploy to be like, Dune. You know what I mean? It's always said with that, like, Dune is great. Shut up.
Yeah.
Star Wars and The Matrix, those are the last great things. It's over.
Yeah.
The best thing in the world could come out. It doesn't matter because a niche community will find it. We're only like, the best you can do is 7 niche communities like the same thing. And there's like 5,000 of them.
Maybe it'll like in 10 years, it'll build and something. It'll still be there, you know.
ferment.
So people will keep watching it, and something will happen.
I could be really wrong. Is there anything big? Like I feel what is big?
Like Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, that was kind of the last one, but even that wasn't binge. That came out every week.
That's true.
Right? Anyway, this is a boring. There, you can listen to any other podcast for this conversation.
I've been watching the first 30 seconds of Departed in bed for like 2 weeks. One of these days, I'm gonna just hit play and it's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch The Departed.
Oh my God.
It's like, okay, so what is fighting me is a YouTube video of like a Russian couple that owns a puma. And I just watch the puma like kind of around the house.
Wait, a live stream?
No, it's like video. They're like it's a channel. And they have a puma, and the puma acts like a cat. And they're just like, they bathe the cat, and they sleep with the cat, and the cat is so cute, and it's just like a normal cat, but it's a puma. But then they go into their backyard, and you see their fence, and you're like, oh, that's a puma. Their fence is like just solid wood, like 10, 12 feet high.
Whoa.
Just like all around.
I thought you were going to say it's all scratched up. Too.
No, it's just like, there's a jungle cat.
It's puma proof.
Do they need a permit or something?
I'm sure it's highly illegal, right?
It must be. Is that just what?
Have pumas.
But then how do you put it on YouTube and just hope for the best?
YouTube. People are like, is it CGI?
Yeah. yeah. All right.
My latest joke is saying things that can't be AI are AI. Like we'll be having dinner and I'll be like, the food is AI. I find that to be very funny. And you're welcome to it if you like it.
Well, you know what I like to do?
AI is like a good example.
Gorgeous.
I wish I was wearing.
They could be
shoes.
designed by AI and then 3D printed.
That's why it's got to be something like really like my dog is AI. That's a little too silly. I like the food is AI.
The food is AI.
Something you're eating and experiencing.
My food bit right now is a lot of my friends are vegetarians, and I'll order meat and then I'll say, oh, you can have this, and that's a little fun bit, and they go, what? That's chicken, and I go, no, but you can have this.
Like for no reason.
Just for no reason. The same way you're like, these are AI. And you're saying
you can have this.
Yeah, I go, oh, you can have this.
You know what that makes me think of is my dad. I want to talk about your parents because I think I did some good research. And I think I found the deeper Goldstein. You.
Oh no. I'm scared.
No, it was still cursory.
Okay.
I just like using that word. But my dad, if we all went to dinner, my dad would obviously ask you where you're from. He'd want to find out that you're Japanese and Jewish. He'd love that.
Oh my God, yes. It is fun. It's fun.
Yeah. I wonder if my dad would love like a clear, like, I don't know. I don't know what my dad is about these days. But he'd definitely love to know your race.
100%. I had an Uber driver the other day who, we call ourselves Hapa.
Hapa?
Hapa. It means half, and my Uber driver was Hapa, and it was just like, it was the longest 20 minutes not to be like I couldn't, it was just like, I could tell like he was just like a cool young guy. He like didn't want to talk, we don't have to talk about it. Like, it's probably better not to, but it was all I could do to not just be like, hey brother.
Like your guy at the DMV today.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Really wild.
Look, if you drive like a 70s Volkswagen Bug and you see another one,
you're going to get excited. Yeah.
I'm not saying you are the equivalent of a Volkswagen Bug, but like anything that's kind of like maybe a little
Do you remember
special.
from the Sarah Silverman project where the guy pulls up and he goes, same car? And then she goes, same car. Yeah.
No. Is that the point she uses?
Yeah, it's
a lot
really.
of it doesn't quite.
It made me laugh.
It
made me laugh. It made me laugh. Yeah. And now I think about whenever I see the same car, I think about that moment.
You know what's funny? I get both sides of that.
Yeah.
I love feeling like the guy in the car
Yeah.
that goes, hey, same car.
Yeah.
But when you're not feeling like in love with reality and
Yes.
seeing magic everywhere,
And you see someone
feel
who's
like
happy,
Sarah.
you're
You
like-
feel like Sarah. That's why that's so funny.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, it's a little risque or whatever over
Yeah.
the line. It's funny because when I'm angry,
Yeah.
everything condenses to like this one crumpled up whatchamacallit wrapper.
Yeah.
And I'm just like pissed, but it's filled with shit.
Yeah.
And I can't even access the part of me that would be like,
No.
same car.
Yeah.
And you want to kind of kill that
Yeah.
person. That's why that's so
100%.
funny. And I find solidarity in that.
One time I pulled up to a red light and Fred Armisen was in the next car. And it was when the Californians on SNL was popular. And I wanted so badly to roll down the window and go, what are you doing here? I didn't do it, but I was just like, this is amazing. I was like, that's Fred Armisen.
Can you please?
If I ever meet him, I'll tell him that.
I love it so much. And can I also say one time I was on the New York City subway and saw Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
He was another one of my, we have a same.
Yeah.
Should I say something to Fred? But this is when I was.
Did you not know him?
I was an open micer at the time.
Wow.
I know him a little bit now. He's on the pod.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Who cares? What if you're like, oh, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Who cares? But I was driving on the 101 freeway here in California.
Okay.
California.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's so funny.
It's great.
And I roll down the window. Did I already tell the story? I roll down the window. We're on the highway. We're moving. Roll down the window, and I look, and it's like a SUV, and their window is down, and it's Craig Robinson. Did I say that? Maybe. It's kind of one of those
Yeah.
stories. Who cares if I've said it
I mean,
already?
you have to. I just started a
looked at-
podcast
what are
and
the
it's already
chances?
happening. I'm 7 episodes in and I'm already repeating my stories and I'm doing it in real
Yeah.
time. And I'm going, I'm not going to fight this.
I like to think,
Yeah.
and you can borrow this delusion if it helps you. That's what's charming about it.
Yeah, literally. I
know what I
like
mean?
when people are eating on podcasts. I don't think it's
something
annoying.
real.
Yeah.
Because
it makes
you-
me feel
what?
like I'm like at lunch with them.
I love that. I
Yeah.
think some people just have that, like how some people hate the word quiche.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with quiche. I kind of
Me
like
neither.
it. Quiche sounds like I'm eating quiche.
Quiche. Yeah, quiche is kind of nice.
It also
Quiche.
sounds- You know what I just realized it sounds like you're kind of a funny guy saying cash. You're like, maybe make a little quiche.
You're just silly.
Like a silly man being like,
Yeah.
maybe make a little quiche. I don't know.
Wait, speaking
But some
of
people
cash,
hate the word quiche.
a word that I really like is fiduciary.
Fiduciary is great.
It's funny.
I don't know what it means.
It means like relating
Oh.
to money and banks,
Okay, fiduciary.
I think.
And then there's judiciary, relating to judges and their gowns.
Sure. Judicial?
Judicial is what
you know
I
what's
was
fun
thinking,
too?
yeah.
Tertiary.
Tertiary is what I was
That's
thinking.
a fun word to say.
What's your go-to? You're on a date.
Yeah.
Because you got to keep it below the radar.
Yes.
You use a $3, $5 word. You look like an asshole.
Oh.
But what's your? I actually already did it to you, dude. Cursory.
Cursory.
I already said it to you.
I also don't know what it
it's
means.
cursory. Cursory?
Yeah.
It just means light,
it means like
not exhaustive.
it's cursory.
It's cursory.
Cursory Coke.
Give it a cursory. Look around my house for my keys. Give it a cursory investigation.
Okay.
But it. You know what I'm telling you?
yeah.
You know what I'm asking you?
Yeah.
Did you learn this word in high school? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, what kind of high
yeah,
school
yeah,
did you
yeah,
go
yeah,
to?
yeah.
What kind of student were you?
Yeah.
And if you go like, cursory, but you faked it, which I like.
Yeah.
I'm also saying, are you the kind of person that will fake it and let me just have
Well,
the
here's
win?
the thing. Actually, especially when I'm on a date, a move of my own is if I don't know what a word means, I will ask you immediately.
Love.
It's very powerful.
I love it.
I think the first time it happened to
at my
me,
face.
I was like,
I'm savoring it.
"This is the strongest person I've ever met."
Yeah. And the coolest.
Yes. So now I do it. If I don't know a word, I go, "What does that word mean?"
My daughter's name is Leela, Lila. People call her Lila.
Yeah.
Obviously. And she says Leela. And I read somewhere that especially young girls that have to correct. That's what the article said, by the way.
Yeah.
That it was more helpful for girls. It was written in the 50s.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is
Yeah.
anybody would benefit, a young person would benefit from having to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely.
But yeah, you get it. So
Yeah.
I like when I hear my daughter go, it's Leela, I'm like,
Way to go.
fucking, just like you going, what does that word mean?
Yes.
So it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I feel like in the 90s, you're just supposed to like laugh at everything. I don't know what you do on a date. You're just like, or just compliment them or ask them questions.
That's the least we can do, you know?
Snooze. What kind of dating are you doing? Curious.
I am.
Are you an app person?
I am not currently an app person.
Did you have an app problem? Just run right to it. Did you have an app problem?
Yeah, I did not have an app problem, but
Yeah.
I am single. Not really dating right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Taking a B?
Taking a beat and a half.
Yeah.
I'm taking
I
a
said
few
taking
beats.
B.
Yeah.
I like that you like
Taking a
break,
B?
like a break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
that you
like a
went-
bowel.
no,
That's where my mind went. Like a B.
Taking a B? Like
Taking
a BM.
Taking a B. Yeah, like a BM.
I have to give you a very specific compliment. I just gasped.
Yeah.
I'm watching you in my cursory investigation of you
Uh-huh.
doing a horrible outdoor Netflix is a joke festival show.
And guess who posted that?
Who?
And no one asked them
Netflix
to.
is a joke?
No, I posted it my damn self. Should I take it down? I'm like, why?
Absolutely not. I
Yeah.
think it's wonderful.
It's kind of fun, right?
In fact,
it's
the
chaotic.
compliment I'm going to give you.
Yeah.
First of all, I have a lot to say about it.
Okay.
You should post it.
Okay.
When I say horrible, I don't mean the set is horrible.
No,
I don't mean
yeah.
the clip is horrible. I mean, when I saw it, I immediately felt really close to you.
Oh, good.
As a comedian.
Oh, good.
I was like, this is why.
That's what I want. Yeah.
I immediately have more in common with
Yes.
you than my own family. No, I'm just
Oh my
overstated.
God, you feel that though.
But you do.
It was
You
a-
go like,
it was
I
a-
know
yeah.
what you felt in that day. Go.
A parking lot. Just to explain, it was a parking lot
During the day.
at 1:00
Yep.
on a Sunday.
Yeah.
No sunny day. They're in a park. No
I've done that show in
overhead for them.
Miami.
Yeah.
I've done that exact show on a boardwalk in Miami. And like, I say this all the time, but in the Bourne movies, Jason Bourne, I don't know, who cares?
Yeah.
He says to one of the other Bourne, like they're all in the same program. He goes, look at what they make us give. And that's what I felt when I watched that. I go, look at what they make us give.
Look at what they make us give.
Because you said, here's a couple hot compliments, but one very specific one. You open with, unfortunately, I am here to perform stand-up comedy, which is the funniest thing you could say.
Yeah.
It's like, soupçon is another one of those great words. It's just the slightest little soupçon.
Soupçon.
Of you have to say it like that, of I'm a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And even a little bit maybe angry that I'm being asked to do this without sacrificing your relationship or throwing the show under the bus.
Completely, yeah.
But you're acknowledging it in a way
Yes.
that I loved. And then you said, I wrote it down, but it...
Take your time. I will wait for the compliment.
Yeah, I want to get the line right, but you said something. So it's middle of the day, sunny. Everyone's just baking in the LA heat. And you go like, it's wonderful to perform for you all tonight. And it is nighttime. Keep that in mind as I perform for you today. And I was like, that is the funniest. It's like going to the DMV without an appointment.
Between her and the wall?
It's the same flavor of acknowledge. And I the reason I loved it so much is I tend to overshoot those moments where I'm like, because this is when comedy should happen.
Yeah.
Outdoors. And I'll start telling them bullshit they don't need to know. Like, oh, your laughs are escaping into the atmosphere.
Suddenly we're all like physicists. Like if the ceiling is high. I have beakers. I'm like, the thing about laughter.
The vapor of your laughter is escaping at a rate that's faster. Let me break it down to you. My Val has been so helpful in telling me like no one cares.
Yeah.
And they actually get uncomfortable when you do that. Like
Sure.
you think you're and in my own defense, you're sort of claiming some of the power by being like, this sucks. You're saying like, this show can't hurt me. So you're pushing it away before it can push you away. By being like, we're outside, the laughs are escaping, fuck you. But Val's like, this is going to sound silly, but sometimes when I do stand up now, I just try to think of like, it's incredible that one person is here.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's 100 people there, but you go like, there's one person who came. It's their life.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's really
their life right
Sometimes
now.
I just look out and I go, how did you all get here?
I agree.
You could be anywhere right now.
I completely agree. And if you look at Gwyneth Paltrow sliding doors style at all of the choices and the parking and all of that. So I try to get into that like, this is their reality.
Yeah.
And they'll be gone one day.
Yeah.
Don't waste this opportunity.
Yeah. Also, I've never left a show that was like either just okay or even bad and really thought about it for very long.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
There's a narcissism to thinking like, that's the end of the world.
Yeah.
When it was bad. And it's not.
But I do appreciate hearing this because sometimes I wonder if like I'm a jerk or if I'm just like,
No.
I feel like half of my comedy is just sort of like being evasive, and I'm like, am I missing something? But I'm not
Being
it's nice-
evasive of the crowd?
or just evasive of like this sort of moment, this sort of being like, well, making excuses. I'm starting my set with excuses.
Okay, look. I think if you don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to overstate this because to me, comedy is about hearing and being heard, hearing the audience, hearing reality, and being heard.
Yeah.
So it's not just them laughing at your jokes; it's acknowledging. So I've been at hell gigs where people go up and they just act like it's a normal show, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I get the same feeling as I got as a child when I felt like my reality was being gaslit.
Yeah,
and I know that's an overstatement because it's a trauma response. It is.
Yeah,
but like when I watch a comedian that's just pretending like they're at a good
it's
show,
really
say anything to let me
know that you know that we can all. Yeah.
Even if it's just like, this is good. Like when it's not.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
At least you checked in with me.
Any acknowledgement. Yeah.
And like, do you normally, I don't know what I'm doing, bro. Do you normally sweat when you're doing well?
Yeah.
That's all I need. Or my back is so sweaty right now. You don't have to. Anyway, it's 100%. Taking me a lot of therapy. And again, Val's coming up a lot. But like to recognize, we love Val. Val saw you. That's not to be weird, but I loved you when you were at JFL. You were on my list.
Hey.
What am I, Santa Claus? But then she went and saw you.
Yeah.
And then she came home and I was like, I know Jared. And here you, because she saw you open for
JVN, Jonathan Van Ness.
I knew they call him an acronym.
Yeah.
It used to be
an empire.
You want to be like Cher, like one name. Now you want to be an acronym.
Hey.
JVN.
I'm still Jared Goldstein.
Well, you don't want to be. Is your middle name A by any chance?
It is. Jag? What's guess my middle name?
Aaron.
One more.
Okay, Jewish.
And then I'll give you
Jewish Aaron, Moses' brother. Okay, just
okay. Mine's kind of more Catholic, if anything.
Okay, Akiva was a joke, but your mom is Japanese.
Yeah,
Akiva is also Jewish. I meant.
I am cultureless. And you're seeing it now.
Cultureless?
I don't speak Hebrew. I don't speak Japanese.
Both of those are big asks.
Yeah.
Spanish?
I speak some Spanish.
That's what I'm saying. Spanish is like the pool next to the pool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you get out, you might jump in that pool by accident.
Yeah.
You might say telefono.
Yeah, you might.
And whoops, I'm in the wrong pool. Japanese is getting out of the pool.
If you say no, you're in the pool. You didn't even know you were in the pool.
See, well, yeah. Oh my God, there's a lot.
Yeah,
I don't want to use the brain power to think of all the words, but you can definitely guess a lot of words in Spanish for sure.
Yeah.
Steve Martin had a great bit where he goes, "Donde está casa de Pepe?" It's like very easy. And then, but he makes something about. I think it was about Chinese. Chinese being you have to inflect.
Yeah,
Japanese
it's a whole
isn't
other
that way though. I don't. Think.
Again, culturalist.
Yeah.
You know more than I do.
I was going to say Japanese is like getting out of the pool, calling an Uber, and driving to the airport and flying to a field of like starfish.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Completely different. It's not even a pool. It's a different thing. Anyway, what were we saying? Who cares? Who cares?
It was about making excuses, and you needed Val. Val inspired something out of you.
Oh, and then you opened for JVN, and she said you stole the show. Deal.
Oh, thanks.
Deal.
This is cool. And can I just say
she quoted your bits. She told your bits. Oh, I want to hear what you were going to say. I just want you to know that your bits were being retold to me in a kitchen.
That's really cool. Really I really like. I love to retell my friends' jokes, so it's cool to hear that.
But she remembered them. She wasn't going like, and then he said something like she told them pretty perfectly. And I do want to compliment you as a writer and as a performer as well. But like the jokes are very, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is very cool. When I started stand up 6 months ago, I listened to your podcast so much
for tips.
Yes, it was like a essential text for beginning stand up.
Yeah.
So this is very cool to be here.
I really love that. The reason I knew you were going to say that was when we started the show, there were so few.
Yes.
Podcasts.
Yeah. And you had everyone.
That's what I mean.
I could listen to everyone.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about stand-up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stand-up in those first 200 episodes. So I'm so glad.
Yeah.
And I think we even spent a lot of time talking about how wonderful a resource it was. I think there's a lot of like
it is
patting going if I had known this when I was hey,
look, you got to podcast before so many people. Pat yourself on the back.
Pat it up.
Pat
it up.
Yeah.
Pat it up. Thank you. But also to pat your back, she just thought you were incredible and kind of like asking what a word means on a date. You have a lot of confidence and you seem to know who you are, which is really great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a fun show.
Yeah. How's JVN?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
As I asked, I was like,
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've been working with them for a few years and I've had nice experiences.
Are they them?
They are.
I'm not trying to be funny.
I'm not at all.
Not like.
Yeah. No, I think it's we're all we're all on a learning curve.
I'm going, should I update the file or is that a bit? Or is that a weird bit? I'm glad because did I already say it wrong?
I don't think so.
Who cares? Oh, we care.
Yes.
We care.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't make it about me. I'm glad they are awesome because that is an icon.
Yeah.
Kind of means a lot. That person means a lot to a lot of people. So if you were like,
I know.
If this is the worst answer, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
That would have been.
And that would be fun. If maybe off air, I'll just say 3 names and then I won't explain. And maybe you'll say 3 names and you won't explain. And we'll just kind of go, okay.
Love.
That could be fun. We don't have to.
Just to kind of shit a little bit?
Just to kind of just see, yeah.
Well, it's funny.
I had a new one last night.
A bad one?
Yeah, like I knew it was supposed to be, and then it was immediately, and I was like,
wait,
wow.
You knew that they were a turd?
Mm-hmm.
Like a famous sort of turd burger, and then you met them, and they were a turd burger to you? Where were you?
I was somewhere.
Comedy club?
Somewhere.
Comedy store?
Somewhere.
The Improv?
Somewhere.
This won't air close to when you recorded it.
But
no one will be able to tell.
No, but if I say where, you can.
If you say where, I'll know.
Yeah, or it'll really narrow it down. It'll really narrow it down.
I see. I can't believe Mark Maron did that.
Yeah. It was Mark Maron. Marcus Maron was a bitch to me.
I picked Mark because he likes being surly to me. I love that. No, that's the clip. That's the the social clip. 100% JK. It's not funny that the clip is saying the clip. That's not the clip, Joe. Pick a different clip. I said that because Mark likes to break my balls. I think Mark is a sweetheart, and I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, how did JVN and you hook up? How did they find you?
Through an agent.
Oh.
But I also think it was through the stars. I think it was through the stars
Aligned.
because like, okay, so when I not to rewind too far, but I was a child actor.
You were?
Yes. I also was a singer, and that's what kind of got me to to acting at all. And then after my voice changed, it wasn't going so great, the acting. I just kept acting. And then by the time...
after your voice changed, the singing was kind of like...
The singing was gone. So I decided to just keep acting because I didn't know what to do. But I was never that good at acting. So the career had really...
Oh, no.
Really kind of slowed down.
You had like a 1/8 life crisis.
Oh my God. Completely.
Yeah,
that's
hard.
Crashed and burned at 16.
Wow.
Yeah. And then had to start over and kept acting. And then at a certain point, I had gone too long with not being good enough at acting to go, I got to do something. I got to change. I got to do something. And I came up with stand-up and hair. And I thought, I'm going to do stand up first because it's free to try it. And then when that doesn't feel good or work,
I love that.
I'll go to beauty school.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
Stand up's free.
It's free to try.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that you said that.
Yeah.
It's just out there.
It's out there. You can try it. You don't need a degree. You don't need
In fact, it lets a lot of people, this isn't shots fired. You go to an open mic, you see that it's free.
Yes. Oh my God. I mean, sometimes it costs you a drink. It costs you a sparkling water.
Well, I was going to say, once I got to New York, you had to buy 2 items, and you're looking at $14, $15 to do stand-up, and it was rough.
That's tough.
It was rough. Chicago is straight up free, though.
I once paid $80 at a Bringer to do 2 minutes.
Oh, you bought your own tickets?
Yes. And then that was not, I thought that would just be okay, because you would get a minute for every ticket you sold. So I bought 10 tickets at $10. I spent $100, and I was like, I'm just going to sell these off. And then I'll either break even or I'll just not, and I'll just get to do 10 minutes at this place that I really want to perform.
Caroline.
No, this was in LA. I started in LA.
Oh, okay.
And then I got there. I was only able to sell 2 tickets, so to my friends to come see me. So because only 2 people checked in, they were like, "You're gonna do 2 minutes," and I was like, "Oh no, I bought 10 tickets, so I can do 10 minutes, right?" And they were like, "There's only 2 people here for you. You're doing 2 minutes." So I spent $80 to do 2 minutes.
Look at what they
I got the
make us
light at
give.
1 minute.
You being brought up,
Yeah.
the spotlight was your wrap-up.
yeah.
It's like when you get on stage,
That's your
wrap
2
it
minute.
up.
As soon as you start speaking, that's your light. You're your light.
This is, again, why when I watched you doing that outdoor show, and this is why, when I hear Seinfeld, he's so romantic about comedians and how they're like bonded instantly.
Yeah.
Like if you're at a party, if there's any comedian there, you'll go right up to him. This is why.
Yeah.
Because it's that particular flavor of humiliation.
Yeah.
Like I relate really hard. I opened for Jim Gaffigan in Germantown, Wisconsin.
And it was humiliating.
And it was humiliating.
Yeah.
He would hit me. No. But I would, this isn't as bad as your story. That is pretty bad.
It's tough, yeah.
It's rough. But I remember I was supposed to do like 8 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. I was a huge Jim Gaffigan fan. This is before Jim Gaffigan was a big deal. It was kind of like for comedy nerds. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is really cool. And I went up, I did my 8 minutes, and then I read the announcements. They gave you these announcements. And I'm like, literally, Tuesday night is funny hat night. Wednesday night is ladies getting free. Like I kind of feel
It's serious
sad.
hat night.
Fedoras with like an ace of spades in them. A fedora with an ace of spades or seriouser.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the floor. Okay. We will turn you away.
Like the DMV.
Yeah.
I did the announcements and I really felt humiliated because at this point in my career, I was really like, comedy is serious. It's an art. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have to do these. And then I got off and they were really mad at me because my time was to include the announcements.
How long did the announcements
I
take?
swear they were 3 minutes. There were so many announcements. So I
They
was
need
like,
to let you know that.
so
That's
I'm
not
doing
okay.
4 minutes and
Yes.
then the announcements. And then I've told this story before, but podcasting. But
Yeah.
Sweetie Jimmy Gaff, afterwards, I felt bad. I mentioned it to him. Or I probably moped.
Yeah.
I was like, what is it? And I was like, they got mad at me because I did too long because of the announcement. And I swear, I was nothing. I was an open micer. I just mean like he had no reason to be this nice to me.
Oh, sure, yeah.
He just goes, in 10 years, they'll be begging for it. That's what he said.
That's really sweet.
Isn't that sweet?
That's really nice.
And he said it like Jack Nicholson. Apparently in 10 years, they'll be begging for it. Never forgot that.
This episode is brought to us by our friends at ARMRA. You guys know I am obsessed with ways to strengthen my immune system and my gut health, as well as my fitness, recovery, endurance, metabolism, as well as hair, skin, radiance. Come on, is there one product that tackles all of those? Yes, there is. You've heard me talk about it before. It's ARMRA Colostrum. What is colostrum? Colostrum is the first nutrition we receive in life, and it contains all of the essential nutrients our bodies need to thrive. I'm talking about reactivating hair growth and glowing skin by reducing inflammation. I'm talking about igniting your metabolism, fortifying gut health so you feel less bloated. This is a huge one for me. If I miss a day on my ARMRA, which I almost never do, I feel so much more bloated. So you feel lighter and you replenish your microbiome, stabilize your blood sugar, which is so great for cravings, and accelerates fat burning. Incredible. Also fueling your fitness and your performance and your recovery. ARMRA Colostrum is a proprietary concentrate of bovine colostrum that harnesses over 400 living bioactive nutrients that rebuild the barriers of the body and fuel cellular health for a host of research-backed health benefits. This isn't woo. This is hardcore science. It's wholly natural, sustainable, and it was developed with the highest integrity, grass-fed in the U.S., and they guarantee the highest potency and bioavailability of any colostrum on the market for results you can actually see and feel. I can attest to this. Both Val and I have added this to our daily regimen, and it is a game changer. It doesn't really have a taste, but if you like blood orange, you can get these packets that have a blood orange flavor that I really, really love. So we've worked out a special offer for weirdos. Try it. Receive 15% off your first order. Go to tryarmra.com/weird or enter weird at checkout to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/weird. Support your body and support this show. We're also brought to us by our friends at Magic Mind. You guys know I'm always going on about Magic Mind, having the guest drink Magic Mind. Why? Because it lights up your brain. It's a little bit of caffeine from green tea from matcha. It's got nootropics in there to help you concentrate, think, focus, create, and it's got adaptogens that help you calm down. So it gets you up with the caffeine, and it brings you back to center with the adaptogens, and it fuels your brain with the nootropics. Athletes have Gatorade. It's like Creatorade for creators. 12 functional ingredients that help you dial in. It's not wired, it's dialed in. 30% more stuff done on average. That's 5 to 7 hours of 30% more productivity after drinking. I can say for sure it helps me fight off procrastination, helps me fight off brain fog, fatigue, and some ADD symptoms, putting me in that flow state. And with a no questions asked, money back guarantee. Any first purchase will be refunded if it doesn't meet your expectations. We have a wonderful offer. All you got to do is go to magicmind.co/weird and use my discount code at checkout WEIRD for a limited time 20% off your first order. That's magicmind.co/weird and use promo code WEIRD for 20% off your first order. All right, back to the show.
You were a child actor because you couldn't sing, and then you went to stand up because it was free.
Yes.
And then you were going to go to beauty school.
So then I just thought maybe I'll go to beauty school and do hair because I love hair. I've always loved hair.
Yeah.
And then, a while later, I'm opening for a hairdresser, a very funny hairdresser, Jonathan Van Ness.
OMG.
Yeah.
The hairdresser.
The hairdresser.
The most homophobic.
Yeah.
I won't say what state they're from. But
Okay.
this guy.
Okay, I'm guessing.
A Larry the Cable Guy kind of guy.
Yes.
Would love JV.
Yeah.
What a fucking...
Oh.
It's like a fish
Yeah.
at Applebee's. You know what I mean? Like what I'm
Wait,
saying.
you've lost me.
A fish who can't leave water is just at a table at Applebee's eating.
He's eating at Applebee's.
What I'm saying is it's a miracle,
Yes.
like to be able to go somewhere like that.
And enjoy yourself?
But not only be tolerated, but like people would be excited. What I'm saying is, there's this feeling I get when I go to a musical in New York City, and you know that there are just different valued people there. A lot of Midwest people, and a lot of them, let's be real, probably homophobic.
Oh, sure.
And there they are, crying at
They're
the
watching
gayest
Shrek.
man you've ever seen.
Yes.
Singing the highest note you've ever heard. And they're
That was me at one point.
Was it?
Yeah.
But they're unconsciously loving you. There's this weird.
It's like Liberace had fans.
That's what I mean. It's an unconscious. Like I'm going to say something. I hope I'm not overshooting here, but I think your soul, your heart, your true heart wants to love everybody.
Yeah.
And then we get in these boxes.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, I'm this way, and everyone I know is this way, and then you kind of start acting this way. And then life, in all of its grace, affords you these opportunities to transcend your identity.
Yeah.
Leave it behind.
Yes.
Cry at a Broadway show. Get your hair done by JVN.
Yeah.
And what's actually happening is both of you are receiving the gift of being able to love and be loved by one another.
Yeah.
It's like the removal of masks and going like, and it feels so good. So when somebody is at Broadway and they're crying, they love the show, and I think deep down they know this is a person. They're not even thinking in those ways.
Yeah.
Those concepts are gone, and only naked love is there, and that's what we actually love.
It's amazing.
Right?
And I think it's just more fun. It's the most fun version of life where like you're surprised by everyone and yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Tell me what you mean.
I listened to an interview with Nicole Richie on like a talk show, and she was like, what did she say? She was like, I basically like something to the effect of like, I strive to be myself around every different kind of person in her life. And I just thought that was so cool and powerful because when I'm around people I know and I'm comfortable with, I am myself. When I'm around new people that I'm uncomfortable with, I'm less myself. And my sort of like goal in life is to get more myself all the time with more people all the time. And I also just think it's really fun when I have, that's a fun thing about stand-up. You meet all different types of people. I think you meet every type of person doing stand-up. And you connect with them and you become friends with them. And my life is so much more diverse and full and has so much more variety in it because of comedy. But also just, I think in general, I think it's a good and great pursuit to try to have a diverse life and try to connect with people, especially with like coming from being closeted and you have a lot of internalized homophobia and you have a lot of assumptions about straight men and like your peers. And like when I first started going to open mics, I was at an 11 anxiety every single day.
Why?
Because I just felt like I was the only gay guy there, which wasn't entirely true, but it was a little bit true. I felt like I was the only gay guy there and all these straight guys were just going to hate me because I'm so gay and they're so not. And it's so great that they're not. And it's so bad that I am. And I thought that like I thought I had worked through this because I became a confident young person, but it was only around my little bubble of people who knew me and who knew me, and we knew, and there's a lot of mutual and there's a lot of safety in that.
I remember in My So-Called Life, they had the one, I guess we would call this person trans now. At that time, it was just the gay guy who was always in the girls' room.
Yes.
But like, the goal is to not just be in the girls' bathroom being yourself, but to be yourself everywhere.
So yeah, it was a tough thing to realize that I was like, oh, I guess I'm not as confident and like evolved as I thought. I'm actually still really, really insecure, and I'm projecting so much onto these people. And then just working through that, and also like I coincided with Queer Eye coming back, and I remember like it was an exciting time. That first season of Queer Eye was like a big mainstream hit. I guess the first one was also a big mainstream hit, but it was like in this way where like a lot of like straight guys at these open mics would come up to me and want to talk to me about how much they liked the show. And it was in this way where we were like baby deer, like a straight guy and a gay guy being like, yeah, like we're talking, like we're like a giraffe who was just born. And it was really sweet. And I could feel them. It felt clumsy, but it was charming.
That's
and we
what
were
I mean.
both clumsy.
It's the excuse. It's like this little common ground thing. And maybe if you weren't even into Queer Eye, you could see the olive branch of it, or you could see the attempt behind it.
It was nice. It was nice. So it forced me to like kind of get real and to try to get to know people who aren't like me.
Yeah. Boy, stand up. I'm having a really nice morning with you.
Oh, I'm glad.
And it's, I like what you're bringing out of me too. And it's this like reminiscent, like how many different kinds of people. And by the way, what I'm thinking of isn't other races or sexualities. I'm actually just thinking of other kinds. Like Artie Lang is just the kind of person I would never have met. Otto and George. These kind of like what I always thought of as like rough and tumble guys. And, and there we are in the green room and they're being cool and they're being kind, or we have interests or whatever it might be. And then of course all the way down the line, the diversity that you get to meet.
Of all kinds. Age. Everything. Like it's the people, it's incredible.
Tell me about this not because it's a hot button thing, because I relate. Internalized homophobia. Meaning, and just to open the kimono first. My joke was always like, I never did it on stage, but I was like, as a Christian, I felt like I had to come out as straight. Like it was like, also embarrassing. I'm not trying to say, I'm trying to align our plights. I'm just saying I relate to a feeling of like, I'm a dirty piece of shit.
Oh, right.
Just liking sex and sexuality. I never would have said I like sex and sexuality when I was like, I would have been like, It was like, get married and like keep that in like a 1950s bedroom sort of thing. Like there's a lot of heterophobia.
It's so embarrassing.
For me.
It's just sex is like so.
And that you have to even
tell everyone.
Who has that observation? And we don't have to, I'm just acknowledging that it's not mine, but somebody's like, it sucks that like, if you're gay, you have to tell your parents. Like, what a weird burden.
Oh yeah.
To be like, let's get you guys in on what I'm about. But it's such a huge part
because
of your
it's
identity.
Anal.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's literally like you have to talk to your parents about anal. And they have to picture their baby boy having anal.
There's a pamphlet, how to talk to your parents about
There's
anal.
just no way around it. You're looking into your mother's eyes and you're both thinking about anal. It's like, it's a nightmare.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. It's so, I have a joke about Val has big boobs, and it was like, it's awkward introducing your parents and going like, this is what I'm into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's overt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the classic, and by classic, I don't mean right, good, or bad, or anything. I'm just saying like the trope, the Wonder Years, Winnie, like they're just kind of like they're not like curvy. They're not like ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? And that's more of that's your pinup girl. You don't bring that one home.
Yeah.
Like it should just kind of look like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that was my way of relating. Tell me about the internalized homophobia. Where did that come from? You make a lot of jokes about your parents not being chill about it. Is that true?
They are now. They weren't at first.
Is it now because you're famous?
Yeah. No. It just took a couple years. It just took.
You showed them that Netflix set, and you're like,
yeah. All right, we're in a parking lot.
You okay with
It's a pretty big parking lot. There's a lot smaller parking lots down the street we could have been in. No, they were at that show. They were at that show.
Shut up.
Yeah, they were at it.
Are they? Please say, like the JVN question. Are they like as excited about you as I am?
They love it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, they're great. They've been really great. Like there's jokes that I have that are just mean.
Yeah.
Mean.
About your folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they take it in stride. They're just like, whatever you need. And I also do get that. I do get that. Because I like to think that if it was the other way around, or if I had a kid, I would be like, go. If it's working, just go.
My parents
just
said that to me. They
go.
go, as long as it's funny. And that was the closest I had ever felt to them.
Yeah.
They had to sign an NDA, not an NDA, but like a we won't sue you thing for crashing. HBO wanted my parents to sign something.
That's amazing.
And they signed it, and I'll never forget it. Like the air stood still, and I really felt truly loved.
Yeah.
Now I kind of, I don't know, the transactional nature of it, like how I got love and allowing things, or it doesn't matter. Well, that's another conversation.
No, but I mean, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's
weird. Let's just say it's significant that was like felt kind of appropriate. I was like, will you sign this? And give me what I want, and I received that as love.
Did they watch anything that they were uncomfortable with?
No, but I don't think they got it either.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And maybe how could they? ?
Sure.
But there's like the funniest thing. We're gonna go back to you in 5 seconds.
Go.
But
Hey.
The funniest thing on Crashing was that we're having this like fight, and then it cuts to my dad and my dad's character, and he just goes, "I bought a ladder yesterday," and like that was so funny to me. Was that my dad is just kind of like in his own world. And they come up and be like, Red Sox are playing tomorrow, and it's like we're having a fight. You know what I mean, or whatever it might be. But I don't think that got through. I would have loved it. Here's what I've been waiting for with my parents. Like, is that how you really feel? Is that? I'm so sorry.
And they're at the dentist?
Yeah. That's just how my dad sounds. I'm so sorry. He has cotton balls.
And then you do gay voice. Your dad's super gay. I'm so sorry.
I would be.
Peter. I'm your father.
He was behind you at the DMV?
Yeah.
That was my dad.
That was your dad.
That was my dad.
A lot of face work.
So, but here's the thing that I thought was interesting. You said your parents did cocaine until you were 8.
That's literally the joke that I was.
You were like, you bet I found it, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing, because I just told that one night at the Laugh Factory. I didn't know that it was a taped thing and that it would ever be taped.
I knew all of this, by the way.
And then literally
by
7
the way,
months
we can
later.
edit it out. We don't have to.
At this point, we've already crossed the bridge. So I think it's okay. But like basically, like
you
7.
Mean you and your parents.
Yes, like 7 months later, my they send me a Facebook message. This is when it was. They sent me a Facebook. They said, "Hey, can we post the set from 7 months ago?" And I'm like, this is my moment. It's happening. Like the Laugh Factory is going to post a YouTube video about me, and this is amazing. So then they post it, and it came out like a couple weeks later. And then I watch it, and I was like, that little like throwaway joke that I've been kind of toying around with but I don't think I really should be telling it. Now it's on YouTube, and I don't know if that's appropriate. And then I was telling my parents, like, this is going to come out soon. Let's get excited. And then I watch it. I know my mom has seen it. I call her to like talk to her about, or no, she calls me. I pick up the phone. I'm so nervous. Oh my God. That's really funny.
You should do that on stage.
Maybe
Tell
I
the story
should.
on stage. She
Add
calls
that.
me coked out of her mind.
The joke is that she did it when I was like a young and then stopped or whatever. My mom's good. Leave her alone.
Yeah, everyone, nobody's attacking your mom.
Yeah.
But they were, well, no, go ahead.
So my mom calls me and I pick up the phone and I'm like so nervous and I am like, hello, silent. And I'm like, she's crying. My mom is crying. She picked up the phone and she's crying and she's not talking and she's about to say, how could you do this to me? I've already told you I'm okay with you talking about me. Why would you ever think this was appropriate or kind?
Yeah.
And then after a moment, she's like, I hear like a rustle and she's like, hey, oh, hey, sorry, hi. Hey, oh my God, I saw it. I loved it. Oh my God, I love it.
What our minds can do in a fraction of a second is incredible.
Yeah.
And you catastrophize in the exact same way I would have. Every time my parents text or call me,
yeah,
I just assume it's something like that.
Yeah.
Like they've never done that.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting for it, like this weird unconscious guilt. I'm thrilled that she was okay. Did you talk about it?
I don't think I did. I think I can't remember. I just remember that moment of realizing that she's okay with that.
Yeah.
And we might have talked about it more at some point. I think we did. And she was like, I can always just say it's a lie.
Yeah.
So look, it's a lie. That joke's a lie.
My next question. How do you know?
Yeah.
How did you know that they were like party people?
They just told me later.
They told you.
were, yeah.
So they told you.
My parents are like so type A, so Tiger Mom.
Yeah.
Down. Like my sister and I, we got straight A's. We did just about everything right. Like it was a very strict household. So it was very surprising to learn that later in life.
How
they did a great job
tell you?
She just told me. You know, you get older, your parents just start telling you everything. You're like,
I wish.
That happened to me. My mom, especially my mom, she just started telling me everything. And I was like, wow.
I actually really see, here we are on the other side of this, like, very
But again, she started telling me
story.
lies because that joke's a lie.
Yeah, that joke's a lie, and they never did that.
Yeah.
Like, my dad one time told me a story that I wouldn't dare. It's mild.
Yeah.
But, like, he opened
But
up to
yeah,
me
it's not
once.
your story. I get, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I don't. I wasn't shaming you, or there wasn't. I wouldn't dare. I just, like, in this moment, I'm not going to tell you, even though it's very, very mild. But like, I've always, like, it was Father's Day this past weekend. See, good thing you didn't talk shit because I just timestamped this recording.
Yeah,
So
I sent my dad a card.
Nice.
Good guy alert.
Text.
Yeah.
I've actually,
and I wasn't shaming you.
No.
And I wasn't trying to even out the score for you shaming me a minute ago. It's not what happened there, but some might see it that way.
You?
yeah.
Is it you that might
We're
see it
enemies
that way?
on this podcast.
What a great arc.
Right?
This would go viral. Listen to that one.
Oh my God.
They're friends.
They fight.
Friends.
And it gets crazy.
He mentions a joke that wasn't true.
Yeah.
And it goes real bad.
And it gets crazy.
It's actually never happened. You think it would have happened by now? 700 some episodes.
Also with comedians, like just lunatics, live wires.
Yeah, I know.
You'd think it would go sour.
Do you
at
have
some
that
point.
thing where you look back and you're like, oh, now that we have more diagnoses,
yeah.
where I look back and I'm like, oh.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm going, oh. I'm raw. I wake up every morning, cup of coffee. That's my medicine.
Yeah.
And I just walk out and I let the city of LA has to deal with it. I go,
what is the coffee
it's a you
doing?
problem.
Is the coffee helping with these?
No, it's hurting, if anything.
Because it amps you up?
Yeah.
What are your issues? I'll open the kimono again.
Okay.
I was having a day yesterday and I kept saying to Val, I was like, I know you're worried that like I'm super weird right now. I'm just being really quiet.
Yeah.
But one of my unhealthy stories is like I'm broken and I'm like not a person.
Yeah.
And like you can't actually connect. Everyone else is connecting, and I always picture Frankenstein's monster at the beach, just like I'm on the beach, but I'm in a sport coat and I have bolts in my neck, and I'm like, I'm like faking it.
Yeah.
Because I saw my parents being such weirdos, my whole family being just such weirdos. And I look at other people just kind of having such ease. They seem to have such ease with life.
Yeah.
And I found my lanes. But if you put me like, we went to a wedding, I was fine at the wedding, but like I kind of lock up in a lot of situations that other people, and it starts to feel very Aspie. I'm not saying, I can't diagnose myself with Asperger's, or is that the one we're saying now, Asperger? But whatever, that non-neurotypicality. But I'm definitely going like something's going on.
Yeah.
And comedy and podcasting, like one-on-one conversations. These are all like my comfort zones.
Yeah.
But what is your weird, or do you know what your weird thing is?
My weird thing is whenever I hear about a new very specific symptom or like lifestyle element of people with OCD, I'm like...
Like it's just listening.
I'm like, it's so
drop the mic.
Yeah, it's just so. I'm like, it takes my breath away, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, it's Thursday. Let's keep going.
So
like,
there might be some OC here.
Maybe, who knows? And then also my brain is just all over the place, and I'm losing. You know, the ADHD allegations are winning. You know, I don't know. I've not seen a doctor about it, but I'm like, who knows? But to the thing you're saying about like there's no doctors. I'm like, who knows? The thing about
like you couldn't just go.
The thing about Frankenstein at the beach.
Yeah.
A friend of mine told me this thing that was really cool to hear about. You because we hear about imposter syndrome, and we usually relate it to work.
Yeah.
But it can relate to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And we can have imposter syndrome about being a good person. And you can feel like a bad person. And I've had that from the jump, like being closeted, realizing you're gay, realizing something is wrong. You're like, oh, I'm evil. Something's bad. Everyone's good. I'm bad. I've had it my whole life. And it took until my friend said that to me. I was like, oh my God. And it came up a lot during the pandemic too, because like morality was like really like at the forefront of like the conversation at all times with like masking and like vaccination and like your behavior and these things.
You're right.
And the whole time I'm doing the right things. I'm wearing a mask. I'm doing all those things, but I still feel like a bad person. I feel like any moment that my mask is a little bit beneath my nose or a little, I'm like, that's right there.
Yeah.
That's it. You're selfish.
We knew it.
You're selfish.
Yeah.
And I spent that whole year really, really feeling like a very bad person.
Wow. I love everything you're saying. I'll never, like every episode, there's hopefully one thing that I'm like, that's the thing I'll always remember. And you saying that you nailed me. I always thought imposter syndrome was like
a work thing.
Someone who's a razzle dazzle man is like, but I'm not razzle dazzle. I don't belong on SNL or whatever it might be. But it can be.
I'm not the CEO.
Yeah, I don't belong at the beach with my family.
Yeah.
It's much scarier.
It's oh my God, it's so scary.
It's so
like
much
you're
scarier.
literally you are exiling yourself. You are excommunicating yourself every day. You're microdosing excommunication.
Yes. Like everyone can tell I shouldn't be eating noodles at this wedding.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so. There were other comedians at the wedding. I had a great time at the wedding, by the way. There's no shade on this wedding. But if there's
You were just at a wedding?
Yeah. And if there's another comedian there, it's just so nice. I remember I was talking about somebody and I said something and I was like, I said that somebody that we knew was like one of the saddest people I knew.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like a completely unnecessary detail.
Sure.
And then I called that out. Again, having imposter syndrome. Like, I don't know how to be at a wedding. Not that that's that funny or strange, but I was like, yeah, they're so funny. They're also one of the saddest people I've ever known. I was like, then I go, well, that was an unnecessary detail. And the person that I was with, this other comedian, just goes, I go, why did I say that? And they go, because you're real. And I was like, just those little, it's Queer Eye at the open mic. You know what I mean? It's just a little, it's also crying at the gay person, even though I'm from Minnesota and I'm a homophobe. It's like all these little excuses.
I cried at Adam Rippon and I am gay at the Olympics. Like that was a real internalized homophobic moment for me.
Wait, I don't know who that is. You just caught me having a cursory.
Oh my God.
Who is that?
He is an Olympian and a star and a friend. Yeah, I met him. We're friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is he a gay man?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
When
is this a scandal? And I'm going to be embarrassed.
No, not at all. Not at all. No, this is so This is a story that I've told, but no one fucking knows or cares.
Nobody cares.
Okay, so I don't really pay attention to the Olympics.
I'm going to throw you a same.
Yeah.
And I don't accept Olympic shame. You don't know who won the curling bronze in 19...
Come on.
Shit is who won the curling bronze.
Yeah, it's not for me. This is still sports. You can put 5 rings on it, but it's sports.
Why is it NPR sports all of a sudden? Because nations are involved?
Yeah.
It's still sports. You're still drinking beer and you're still gambling. So fuck off. I don't care that it's a rare sport. Or like a
I guess
sport.
like the tradition of it is exciting. I don't know. I don't really. Whatever. Anyway, one morning I wake
Look
up.
at my face.
Yeah.
I'm like a beer commercial. Yeah, real. Go ahead. Go on.
One morning I wake up and I open my computer and I'm not even up yet. I'm just like at my computer in bed and I see an article titled, "Is Adam Rippon's butt fake?" And I was like, well, I will be the judge of that. And I clicked this video.
You've earned yourself a click.
Yeah, and he's this like rising star of the Olympics, and his butt isn't fake. And I'm telling the story too much.
Does he have like a little tush?
He's got a great, He's an ice skater.
Oh,
it's all your ass.
Yeah.
You're squatting for.
And they're wearing painted on pants.
Yeah. And
should be sexier, to be honest. I think the cold takes some of it out. You're just like,
they should be more naked.
It's so cold.
Yeah.
You should be more naked. I'm going to say it.
Yeah. So then I watch him ice skate, and I'm just really there to really I'm there as a medical professional, trying to figure out what's going on with the butt. But then it's this
discerning eye.
Yeah, and then he comes out in this outfit that is very beautiful, but it just triggered. He also reminded me of like someone I went to school with who was like the earliest, gayest person I knew and was bullied relentlessly for it. And he reminded me of that. And he was wearing, and also that person, that kid that I went to school with, he wore spandex a lot.
Yeah.
So he comes out in spandex.
How did it trigger? What did the triggering feel like?
I just went, no, you can't wear that. You can't wear that. They're gonna make fun of you. That's where my brain went before, like first thing in the morning, like no judgments, just thoughts are just flying. I see him in this outfit. I go, oh, no, they're gonna make fun of you. You can't wear that.
You're really shining a light on a phenomenon that I don't get to talk about enough. I'm so glad you're saying this.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is oftentimes when I see a kid, sometimes because I'm with a lot of kids, with my daughter, and sometimes I'll see a kid and I'll have this sort of like, certainly don't act on it, but it's almost like a bullying feeling, and then I investigate it, and it's because he reminds me of someone I saw get bullied. And there's a perversion of the protecting. It's actually from care. I don't want this kid to be bullied. And it comes out in like I don't say anything, I don't do anything. This happens in a microsecond.
It's all just
like, you can't wear those glasses. You know what I mean? But this is the whole. Sometimes I think sometimes something that shows itself as hate often is hate, but sometimes it's like this weird.
It's like a learned love, but it's not loving.
It's an echo. It's love gets masked with this like inherited bias, hate thing. But like,
it's like when someone on the street calls you a faggot, you don't care. But if your parents think that you're a faggot and never call you it, you care.
Interesting.
Because it's like it gets wrapped up in love. It's like that's when it's hard and confusing. It's harder to
That's what I'm trying to say. It's hard
extricate it from this thing.
Extricate, good word.
Yeah. Hey, there I go.
There you go.
But basically, he skates beautifully because he's so talented, and I'm watching this skate, and also like as someone who doesn't really fully. I'm not really aware of skating, so I don't even necessarily know what is impressive as it's happening. But I hear Tara Lipinski and another person, Johnny Weir, like kind of narrating the skating because they're the judges, and I can hear this wonder in their voices. They're like whispering, like what as he skates, and it like I just knew I was watching. It's almost like maybe your parents watching you do stand up. They don't get it all, but they know something good is happening.
Oh, wow.
And I'm watching this thing, and it's so beautiful, and I just started to weep. First thing in the morning, I am weeping watching this video because I thought I was going to try to figure out if this guy's butt was fake, and it like I came face to face with like my childhood internalized homophobia, and it healed me. It healed me, and then I met him like 2 years later, and I just had to tell him. And I still keep telling the story, and he did my podcast, and I told it, and I'm telling it too much, and I'm sorry, but it's important, and like I just
I don't think you can tell that story too much.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Fake butt got you through the door.
Yeah.
This is also what we're talking about.
And he was so gracious when I told him, like, because he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He got it right away. Like, I think I knew I could be candid with him like this. And yeah, he's just so great and genuinely a friend now, and it's very exciting and cool.
I love that.
As you would imagine, being my friend in real life, I'm constantly talking about the Pete's Picks. It's not just ads that we do. These are things that I actually love, like hostage tape. Just talking to my friend who just started trying mouth tape, trying hostage tape, mouth tape, when he sleeps. And he told me that it was making him feel fantastic during the day. His mood was better. His energy levels were better. And I was like, of course. That's not in the copy. It's not in the script for the ad, but it makes perfect sense. If you flood your brain with 20% more oxygen, which is what happens when you breathe through your nose and not through your mouth, which is how you should be sleeping. If you get 20% more oxygen for 8-9 hours at night, of course, it's going to help a slew of things in your life. And that is absolutely true for me. When I first heard about mouth tape, when I first heard about hostage tape specifically, I was very skeptical. I thought it would make me feel claustrophobic. I was like, that sounds like it would be impossible to sleep with a piece of tape over my mouth. It couldn't be further from the truth. Something about it. You put it on, it's the right amount of sticky, which means it stays on, but it comes off easily in the morning, and it closes the tunnel, so you take the bridge. Your brain just gets it. Oh, the mouth isn't an option? No problem. Clear it out, get it going, nose breathing all night. Helps so many things. Oral hygiene and bad breath, eliminated by snoring, reduces your risk of sleep apnea, and as we already mentioned, 20% more oxygen. What? That is incredible. So as soon as I tried it, I was immediately hooked. I haven't done so much as take a nap without wearing my hostage tape. I dream all night, which is a sign that I'm getting that deep, deep REM sleep. It has improved my rest so much, so dramatically. And like I said, I've tried other brands of mouth tape. They're not all the same. Some of them smell like chemicals. Some of them stick too harsh. It's terrible. Go with hostage tape. They've dialed it in perfectly. Find out why they are the official sleep and breathing aid of the UFC for a reason. They're the real deal. We have a special offer for weirdos. Get a 6-month supply for $99. Trust me, you're going to want to get it. Get it cheap. $99 for 6 months. That means you'll save $50 when you go to hostagetape.com/weird. This is the only place Hostage Tape sells a 6-month bundle. This is the only show. So go to hostagetape.com/weird and sleep better tonight at hostagetape.com/weird. We're also brought to us by our friends at Modern Mammals. You guys know I won't shut up about Modern Mammals. Why? Because I hate shampoo. Why? Because it dries your hair out. It fries it up, makes it look like tumbleweed in a Western rolling by. It's crispy. It's unmanageable. You end up having to put all these products in it just to get it back to its natural state. Enter Modern Mammals, the fix. It's the non-shampoo shampoo that makes your hair look like it did before, only cleaner. What does that mean? It means it leaves just enough of your hair's natural oil to make it look perfect. It has that flow and it stays in place. It's almost like it has a product built into it. You dry it off, you comb it, you're out the door. That's saving a lot of time and saving money on other products. Perfect hair in 6 seconds a day. I used to not wash my hair when I wanted it to look great for a movie premiere or a film or whatever I'm doing. Now I travel with Modern Mammals. I use it every time I clean my hair. You don't have to use it every day, but every time I'm washing my hair using Modern Mammals, it is an absolute game changer. Over 40,000 guys have made the switch. Once you try it, you'll be hooked for life. I am hooked for life. You can't go back to regular shampoo after this. They've worked out a wonderful deal for us. They have the bottle, which is like the magic mud. Then they have the bar, which is a pH balanced it's like a bar of soap, but you work it in your hands and rub it in your hair. Both are awesome, and you can try both by going to modernmammals.com/weird and get a special combo deal and try both products, the bar and the bottle, for $44. That's going to last a long time. You're going to love it. Support the show, support your hair, modernmammals.com/weird, both the bar and the bottle for $44. All right, everybody, back to the show.
I think it's really, I could go two ways. One, you should love and accept somebody before they can ice skate beautifully.
Yeah.
Then, if that's not available to you.
Yeah, learn a skill.
No. I'm still speaking as the one watching. If your heart is still closed and you do see somebody in a sparkly. I'm assuming there's some.
It
Sparkles.
was blue and sparkly.
Yeah, sparkly, and
Yeah.
it reads flamboyant. Or
Fagaluna.
whatever. You could tell that there was a
Yeah,
pause
sorry.
where I'm like, can I say that?
What's that?
Does the Aluna negate? Am I invited to Aluna?
There's a little whimsy. Just add a little whimsy.
There's whimsy. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying, you should love it and accept that person anyway. But there's an opportunity when they are so unbelievably. Look at Jackie Robinson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which neither of us have ever seen 5 seconds.
I
of
know.
Jackie
I'm
Robinson
like, I
play.
think they play baseball, right?
But we're just the first black baseball player
Yes.
in the major leagues, not the. See, I'm not saying that either.
Yeah.
All sorts of landmines.
Turn the cameras off. Turn them off. Turn them off.
I gotta say it. Turn it off.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, the other way you can look at it, you should have loved Jackie Robinson anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes somebody is so beautiful that there's this like sleeper gift there that now you get the pleasure of loving them. When I had Father Greg Boyle on this podcast, we were talking about mercy, and he's like, forgiveness is stupid. It's like acknowledging someone did something and like, but I'll look the other way. But mercy is because you love loving. Like it's like a pleasure to love somebody. And you're doing it because it feels so good to love somebody. Not to like wipe a slate clean, but because you just love loving.
Yeah.
And I'm saying people love loving. And when Jonathan Van Ness is so good at hair, and so undeniably charismatic and likable, or if somebody's so good at ice skating, or if
which I am.
Well, I did mean you.
Yeah.
Or if somebody is so funny, you know, like that. What I'm saying is, I'll take love however we can get it.
Yeah.
Do we have to trick you into loving a different kind of person, like Liberace?
Yeah.
Being so amazing at the piano?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Completely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might not be the top shelf love, like the most unconditional Mother Teresa love, but it is. Love is good.
It's great. It's
and
great.
If you need to dazzle on the ice to get people to like open their heart to someone who might be different from you, great.
I mean, and it's something that I love about stand-up, and it's like I love making straight people laugh about gay stuff.
Yeah.
I really love it. Like it's like when I was a kid, I thought that this would isolate me forever. So that the fact that I can do it and I can prove it to myself again and again and again and again and again,
Buddy,
it's such a gift. It's such a gift.
The fact that I have a joke about Val having big boobs and saying the thing.
Yeah.
When I was young, like 22, I liked big boobs. I would have never told anyone that.
Yeah.
That was like a real humiliation.
Oh my God.
And now I'm on stage screaming about it.
It's amazing.
It's again, I'm not trying to.
No, it's
I'm just
completely.
trying to relate.
Yeah, no,
And I do it
everyone
with
has
everything.
shame of any kind.
I do it with fear of hell. And I'm on stage sweating and yelling about it. I was like, this is. Again, one of the reasons I'm loving this conversation is it's helping me remember that that this version of myself and this version of yourself.
Yeah.
If you had seen it when you were 16,
Exactly.
you would have just been like,
It would have blown my head
your
off.
mind.
Like, especially in the beginning when you're like, I'm like, I really didn't want to judge my material too early because I was like, I know, like everyone wants to be the coolest guy. We all want to be Carlin. We all want to like, but like I'm telling jokes that maybe I might think are hacky in a few years, but like
when you're
it's
starting.
okay. Yeah, I'm like, it's okay. I'm writing jokes. This is what they are. And if 18-year-old me saw this, he would lose his mind.
Yeah,
So like just stay there, start there, and try to stay there.
You got to get the level right on the inner critic. Not enough is actually my least favorite thing.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'll take too much before not enough. Yeah. Because too much, we can walk it back. Not enough, it's really hard to get that into the single digits.
Kind of like,
can we just nudge that up a little bit?
Yeah, it's hard to dial that up.
It really upsets me when somebody doesn't seem to have any sort of consideration of whether or not there's any quality in what they're doing.
Yeah.
But for what you're doing, you're absolutely right, especially when you're starting. It's interesting, as a, would you say queer?
Yeah.
Queer comic.
I usually say gay.
Yeah,
but
gay.
I am queer. I'm whatever you want to call me.
I don't know why. I think Q words are fun.
Yeah, they're fun.
I love that you went with that.
The first thing
I love that you went with that. I'm saying just alphabetically, saying queer is fun because there's a QU. It's just, and there's two E's. There's like an
It's
E.
a quiche.
It's
You have a history with QUI. QU. It's quiche. It's quiche.
You want to make some quiche?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say the first time I heard queer bar.
Queer bar.
I did bristle.
Queer
as
bar, I
opposed
don't
to
like.
gay bar. Because
Gay
when
bar
I
is
heard
better.
queer bar, and it made me think of a breakfast food.
Yeah, queer bar.
A queer bar.
There's a queer bar.
Yeah, take a queer bar.
Queer bar also sounds like a gay energy
Yeah,
supplement.
something, but like it's more inclusive and whatever. But
I understand.
the first time I heard it, I went
Gay bar.
queer bar.
Well, gay. You know how like cellar door is supposed to be the most two beautiful words together. Cellar door.
Is it cellar door?
Say it and just enjoy
Cellar
it.
door.
Cellar door. Close the cellar door.
Cellar door.
It feels. It has a good.
Does, cellar door.
I hate the word mouthfeel.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But it has a good mouthfeel. Cellar door.
Yeah, it's a tough
Close
word.
the cellar door.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel sucks. Mouthfeel has a bad mouthfeel.
I am currently like, I guess, pitching a podcast called Mouthfeel. So this is fun. But no,
Mouthfeel.
I resisted the title all the time. I hope it'll.
What is it about?
It's a food podcast.
Okay.
Two comedians talking about food. Buy it. Hey.
Look. Yeah, buy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Skittles. How much of the enjoyment of Skittles is the mouthfeel? 80%?
Oh yeah, there's a lot
the way they click clack on
it
your
goes
teeth?
from a solid to a liquid in your mouth.
I'm going to throw Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah.
Candy in general is just mouth. They figured out mouthfeel.
Can I say two things that aren't candy?
Tell me.
Raspberries. It's like eating caterpillars. You don't even need your teeth. You just mush it to the roof of your mouth, and they're gone.
Mush it, and it breaks into cells.
Yes.
These little cells.
It's amazing. And then
Amaz.
also, there's a restaurant called Uchi, and there's another one called Uchiko, I think, and it's in Austin. And I went, and they had a Wagyu sushi.
Shut up.
You did not need to chew
No need
the
teeth?
beef.
No
You
need
did
teeth to
not.
eat that beef?
No,
No need teeth.
I like that. No need teeth.
That's an Austin
No teeth.
sign.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
You did not need teeth.
No need teeth.
for that beef.
For that beef.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me no eat
Talk
no
about a
meat, no
mouthful.
mo, but when I've been in Austin and had barbecue,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did.
Oh,
because
yeah.
That was, I forget what it was. It was one of those ones that's like 45 minutes outside of Austin. Who
Sure.
cares? And I remember being like, all of these people are getting lung cancer. I'm not saying that to be funny, but the
'cause it's
smoking
smoke.
going on.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
this isn't good.
Isn't it suck that smoked food is bad for you too? What the hell?
You want to know a real? Here's me at every barbecue trying not
Going,
to
actually,
say
Debbie Downer.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Standing at a grill is like smoking 7 packs of cigarettes.
Okay,
I can't stop.
I am gonna say 2 words to you,
How
and I
about
hope
carcinogen?
How about? It kind of sounds like carcinogen. Chris Bianchi.
Chris Bianchi.
Does that
what
mean
is
something?
No.
Okay.
Chris Bianchi is a
he is the
person?
greatest pizza maker in the world, and he has. I know this because he has
Keep it Chris Bianchi.
Keep it crispy. Oh my God! There we go. Okay, he did a Netflix Chef's Table pizza edition.
Okay.
He's the first one. Watch it.
It's so good.
It's so good. I'm
Why?
crying. It's the lovely. He has a beautiful, beautiful story. He has a beautiful story about humanity. And you watch it, and as a comedian, you go, well, we're the same. We're the same.
Yeah.
But he's a pizza maker.
Yeah.
And the thing that he does is make pizza. And it's I kind of want to spoil it. I don't want to.
Go ahead.
Basically, like he makes the best pizza in the world, but he's having a hard time. So he leaves New York and he goes to Phoenix, Arizona, of all
Heard this
places.
story.
Yes.
Because I've been to this guy's pizza place
Yes.
in LA
Yes, he has one here now too.
Yeah.
So he's in Phoenix, Arizona.
with Greg Boyle,
Hey,
who I mentioned earlier. Who cares? Worth the interrupt? That's a no.
I think if I had more of a personal connection to Craig Boyle, it would have been worth it.
Yeah.
But
Somebody
that's
was
probably
like,
that's my shortcoming, not
some
yours.
pastor who listens to this with one earbud during catechism
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah.
he loved that
Yes.
detail.
Yeah. And that was worth it.
And it was worth it to him.
But okay, so then he goes to Phoenix and he starts a pizza company.
Yeah.
He starts a
California
pizza place.
Kitchen.
Yeah.
They're all called California Pizza Kitchen
Yes.
until you get your own name.
Exactly. That's where you start.
That's the fedora with the ace.
That's the floor.
The floor.
And
How can we have ADD if we know all of this?
come on. We're healthy.
We're healthy.
We got wet.
This is how-
My brain is soaking wet.
I love
it's
your
huge.
website.
It's
It says
sopping.
that. Jared Goldstein is gifted and talented and young and soaking.
Oh God, my brain is sticky.
Trying to make organs that aren't sexy. My lungs are filled with fluid.
They are pink. Oh no, my lungs are too pink. I'm embarrassed.
Oh my God, you're killing me. Okay, so he goes to Arizona.
Yeah, he goes to Phoenix. He starts a pizzeria, and I'm like, what do we call that?
Pizzeria sounds like diarrhea.
Seems crazy, right? Also, diarrhea is a really good word.
Diarrhea is a great word.
Diarrhea
Hard
is
to
so
spell.
funny.
I have pizzeria. Too much pizza.
Yeah, pizzeria.
Let's just say I had a touch of pizzeria last night.
Oh my God. We found it. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's making the best pizza, and everyone's shocked that it's in Phoenix because they're going, why is it in Phoenix?
Yeah.
And they're all flying to see him, and everyone's going, it is. We all came, and it's great. And he had to do it himself. He just had to. So he's at the pizza oven. He made every single one, would not train or teach, nothing. After enough years, his throat and his lungs.
Shush.
And he got sick and he couldn't do it anymore. So he had to let go of the reins a little bit and let people help him. And when he talks about it,
You're dead.
because he's like this, he was like, because he was having a personal, maybe a mental health crisis when he went to Phoenix. And he's like, I felt so alone in the world. And then making pizza was this thing that connected me to other people.
Yeah.
And then suddenly I can't do it anymore. And I feel like I'm going to lose that one thing that was connecting me to people. And he's crying. I'm crying. Uplift this man. I mean, he's a very successful man. He doesn't need any promotion.
It's time now. Let's take him down.
Yeah. But it's just an amazing story. And it very much, I felt this, not to compare myself to the greatest pizza maker. But I felt similarly doing stand up. It was this thing, I felt like the lights went out in my house for a very long time. And then they just went back on, and I couldn't believe they went back on. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's
protect this at all costs.
My dream is that everybody would find their pizza. But it doesn't even have to, pizza and comedy are both kind of like these crowd-pleasing things.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter. It
No.
could be your cobblestone garden. It could be anything.
And that's what's cool. It can literally be anything. You're the thing that this man figured out he's good at is making pizza. What?
Yeah. I just rewatched the movie Soul with my daughter, which I'm not. It's not my favorite. Of the Pixar's, but I like it. And that's the thing is every soul needs to find before it can go to Earth. It needs to know what its purpose is. Mm-hmm. But its purpose isn't what you're necessarily good at. It's what makes you want to live. Yeah, it's what makes you want to say yes to life. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be productive or even useful. It's just something that. The Japanese, sorry. Yeah. They have a word for it.
Okay, I'm offended and I'm pissed.
Yeah. It's I learned it from a white guy, though, Rabel Ikigai.
I learned so much about Japanese culture from white people.
Oh, really?
So much.
How annoying.
No, hey, you're teaching me.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What am I supposed to say,
No, I like it. I
had a leg to stand on, I would say something, but I don't. So I'm like, all right, I'll learn.
That pause was just me looking for a riff. And the best, you want to hear what I came up with?
Sure.
Maybe the Japanese could think of us as elegant white robots that you guys made to inform you of your own culture. To kind of some technological spin.
Yeah.
Some elegant. I was trying to think of how beautiful and clean everything is in Japan. It doesn't matter. I didn't have it, but that's what I had in that brief
But isn't
moment.
that funny? It's I am witness to all of my comedic failure in my own head.
Yeah. Oh, we're bombing up here.
Nonstop.
We be bombing.
The things I say, I'm like,
sometimes.
Oh my God, really, Jared?
I'll start
really?
to go.
You've been doing this for 10 years, really?
Yeah, that's where imposter syndrome makes sense. Is if you heard all the jokes that I'm not saying. Think about it. If you hear the ones I'm saying,
even some of those aren't great.
Think of the ones I'm not saying. Yeah, there's even worse ones. And then every once in a while, though, and the reason why I keep saying them is there's no greater thrill than saying one. You did it earlier. You yes-anded something. I can't remember, but you yes-anded some really absurd premise.
The Applebee's thing? The fish in the Applebee's?
No, it wasn't.
Not to bring us back to that. Don't know what was happening.
I'm picturing a seeded fish in an Applebee's, so I still like that one.
Okay.
But anyway, the thrill, sometimes I'll be at a dinner party or something, and I'll start saying something that I know isn't cool.
Yeah.
Meaning it's kind of whatever. It's a little edgy, okay for comedians.
Yeah.
But here we are, and I'm saying it, and then I get cut off, and then I have this inner monologue moment where I'm like, that's for the best. You shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And then it's always that one that there's a pause, and Val goes, what were you saying? And I'm like, and you know who says it? This bitch.
Yeah.
I can't not.
Yeah.
Now you're asking for it?
Oh god. It's also
Here
it's
it
just for me
comes.
it's just corny. It's like corny like
love corny.
I'm like rhyming.
Can I tell you one of my favorite jokes of yours?
What?
Tell the people what MMA stands for. Go
Oh
ahead,
my
tell
god.
Them, tell them.
Mama. It's
I
hot.
heard
It's
you
hot
tell
and sexy.
that
It's
joke
porn to me.
Many times.
Yeah.
Every time you did mama, I laughed. Because sometimes, a joke is a surprise. And I'm thinking you're going to say like, man, meat. You know what I mean? Like some
Ass.
man, meat, ass.
Man made
Something
ass,
stupid.
honey.
But you just,
and then I slam the mic on the ground.
man-made ass. The queer bar?
Yeah.
The gay bar. But you didn't. Sometimes the choice is no choice, and you just go like the simple silly.
I do like that. I like that. I have a joke about like the cigarettes in the UK, and sometimes people will go, "I thought you were going to make a fag joke."
Me too. I was just ready
and I
for
don't.
that.
I kind of go, "Oh, like, give myself a little pat on the back."
Yeah. But that's what we're here to do.
Yeah.
Subvert.
The joke is basically like, it was the first time I went to London and I saw that the cigarettes have these terrifying pictures on them.
The worst.
Yes.
And they don't work apparently because everyone
I'm
there
still
is
smoking. Them. Oh my God, you're in Europe. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I mean.
But the joke is basically that I'm talking my way through that and I'm like, and these cigarettes, they have these terrible pictures on them of British teeth. And they were great. I was like, I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't mind it. It took me a second to catch up.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for...
And also, imagine you're in London.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these horrible pictures of British teeth.
And they're all going, this American's making fun of us.
This Yank's having a go.
Yeah.
All right, he's taking the piss.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
And it's fun. We have fun.
I like it and I need it. Let me look at my notes because...
Have a look.
It just says Christina Ricci. No, Nicole Richie.
Oh,
look,
yeah,
it says
yeah.
Nicole, and I read Christina because I wrote Ricci instead of Richie.
Oh, Ricci.
Christina Ricci.
People add a T to her last name a lot. They overthink it. They get
you
excited.
were on a show with her.
I was.
Well, maybe we'll get to that. Tell me about the SNL sketch you were in.
Okay, this is really fun.
Yay!
Okay, yeah. I'm 14 years old. I'm a child actor on Long Island, commuting into the city.
It's actually in Long Island.
Is it? I feel like it's an island. It's on,
the
right?
joke is that it's on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the right way to say it.
Okay.
I love that you were like receptive of that.
Yeah.
That's like Houston Houston on Long Island.
Oh yes.
Frankenstein's monster.
Also, when you say on Long Island, it makes it seem like I'm on a boat and
Of
I'm
course.
rich.
On Long Island.
We're on Long Island.
I'm still intimidated by Long Island, even though.
Oh my
most
God!
of
Do
it,
not be. It's
know.
such a
That's what I mean.
relatable
But
town.
I think of it as Massapequa. No, not Massapequa. That's where Seinfeld's from. I think of it as Montauk.
Yes,
All the way to the
all
end.
at the
All
end.
the way
Yeah,
to the
that's
end.
there's
I
a
think
lot
it's-
of there's a lot of wealth on Long Island, but it's
That's the
it's
ham-
as diverse as any
Yeah,
other
yeah,
in terms of money.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't so basically they needed some kids singers and dancers, so they just kind of corralled some of us, and it was very exciting because I was 14 playing like a 9-year-old with actual 9-year-olds. So I was the only one who knew where I was. They were all these little kids. And I'm a teenager.
To be old enough to know.
To know where I'm at SNL. And the sketch, Tina Fey wrote it.
T-Fay.
Later on Howard Stern, she said that he asked her what's her favorite sketch she ever wrote. She said this one.
Krasinski.
Pretty wild. And then
Very wild.
I met her
What if
doing
she
it.
Did you a little small part because there was this one little boy.
I mean, yeah, right. Although later, friends of mine were in a writer's room of hers, and she played it for them.
What sketch is it?
It's called The Fun Friends Club. Ray Liotta's the host. He plays Barney on a Barney show. Jimmy Fallon is the director, and Rachel Dratch is the star of the sketch. And the joke is that we've come back from hiatus, and we've all started going through puberty, so we can't be on the show anymore. And Rachel Dratch has very big boobs. She's got big old boobs, and that's hard for the show and the dancing. And I play a character.
She's playing a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I play a character named Zhao Ping, who's also a child, who it's
you had a
interesting.
name.
I had a name. I had a line. I had a name and a line. Don Pardo was my voice. Because the joke was that my voice changed. And then at the very end, I asked to go to the bathroom, and then it's Don Pardo, and I'm just lip syncing
Fun.
to Don Pardo. But it was just really exciting. I met everyone. I couldn't believe I was there. It was the time that Jimmy Fallon had a song that was like on the radio. I think it was called like "'Cause I'm Your Boyfriend," and it was a really funny song. And I met him, and he was eating coffee cake, and he was shaking my hand, and he was going, "Nice to meet you," and he was like spitting coffee cake all over me as a bit, and I was just like in heaven. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm at Saturday Night Live. Jimmy Fallon is shaking my hand and spitting coffee cake on me as a joke." I'm like, "This is the coolest day ever."
I'm so happy.
I met Tina Fey. We're rehearsing. I'm with her husband, that guy from the 30 Rock. I don't know yet because it doesn't exist. But
I'll know you from 30 Rock. You said
where he does all the music. We're rehearsing. The door opens. It's Tina fucking Fey, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it was just really cool.
It's the height of the Faisance. No,
yes.
maybe not the height.
It might have been.
Was she updated at that point?
She was off it. I think it was at that point. It was Seth. Yeah. And then it was really fun and great. It's so crazy. You realize how small the set is, and it's all broken up into pieces, and you're like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And our sketch made it to air, and we did it, and that was great. And then they had us back the next week to be like children in a sketch with Maya Rudolph, but it got cut. But I still got to go, and I got to see Maya Rudolph. And I was like, this is incredible. Wow. And I was like, for 2 weeks, I worked at SNL when I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very cool just going to 30 Rock.
Who was the music guest?
The Donnas. When I was a kid,
both wish
look,
it was someone
they're very
else.
talented. They're on SNL. How many times have I been the musical guest on SNL? Zero. So who the fuck am I to say anything about the Donnas?
I don't know anything
but
about
as
the
a
Donnas.
14-year-old, I was like, the week
Donnas.
before was J-Lo. So I was like,
okay, can I tell you, my dad Donnas. And I are texting. I texted him Happy Father's Day, which I always, full disclosure, I just want him to say it back to me. Yeah. But he won't. He doesn't think to. I know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But also it is
because he still sees me as
that, but then boy. Also like as your friends start becoming parents.
Yeah.
Like I'm just realizing, I didn't tell so and so happy Father's Day.
I had one friend text it to me, but when there's just like a rite of passage I didn't know I wanted, which is I want to say to my dad Happy Father's Day, and I want him to say Happy Father's Day.
That's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. It's like somehow the movie Avatar. I don't know. There's something like
your braid cable plugs into each other. Yeah,
like two raspberries being mushed.
Yeah,
but it's just I'm not. Let's put it this way. I understand. So it's not personal and it's okay. But then he texted me. He continued a conversation about the greatest singer of all time. Which I think is very darling. I'm not just saying that. I see my dad. He wants to just have like a fun chat with me.
Yeah.
Because he texted me, very dad, out of nowhere, Whitney Houston singing like Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, like some like America song.
Maya Rudolph was dressed as Whitney Houston when I met her.
Dead.
Yeah.
It was Maya Rudolph who saved me at that dinner. Who
really?
Went, because you're deep. Because you're real.
Because you're real?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're friggin' humble because you're not name dropping.
Not name dropping, but look, I'm counting synchronicities.
Yeah.
No. You absolutely were. But I was like, I feel like that's a nice story about Maya Rudolph, so we're going to say it.
Yeah.
She is incredible. I'm a little bit obsessed with her, and she's incredibly grounded and real. And at one point, they were playing the song from Bridesmaids, and I just went up to her and I was like, it's a song from Bridesmaids. And she didn't remember. She's like, oh yeah, Bridesmaids. And I was like, not in like a celebrity way, like just like a real person.
Yeah.
And then I was like, remember you did the thing? And then she's like, oh yeah. And she did it. And I was like, what is this?
It is so exciting when people do the thing.
Do the thing.
I know like you're not supposed to, but when they do it, like I watched a reel today of Nicole Kidman on a red carpet, like this weekend. And someone asked her about the AMC thing, and you know it's very exciting. We like it, but at a certain point, there's a little bit of a cultural exhaustion. We're ready to move on.
Yeah.
They didn't ask her to do it, but she just goes. She goes. What is it like when we're here? It's magic or something. When we're here, it's family. She said it.
When we're here, your family. The theater's Olive Garden. It's a whole thing.
I thought I was at the movies. I'm at a restaurant.
You think your life is a movie?
But she said it, and I, as cynical as I could ever feel, chills. I was like,
yeah. What was that? Because the first time I saw it, I was like, something's happening.
We come here for miracles?
Yeah, it's something like that. But we come to this place.
We come to this.
Heartbreak feels good in a place.
That's what she
Yeah,
said.
heartbreak
Heartbreak feels good
good.
in a place. Heartbreak feels good in a place like this. And she said that and I just was like,
You're just kind of doing it as a joke.
yeah.
Imagine that commercial with, just anyone else.
Yeah.
But imagine it's Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
Yeah, it was really perfect.
Unbelievably perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, we're almost at our close.
Okay. I've got 90 minutes left, so
Okay, great.
whatever you need.
We're going to go long. What are you doing today?
Oh, nothing.
Back to that DMV?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Back to that sweet
Yeah,
DMV.
yeah. No, I just meant 90 minutes of star power.
Oh. You looked at your gauge.
Yeah.
Dude, for real, though, I have a meter. For real.
Sure.
And I have a coffee with a friend after this, not until 2. And that's going to deplete it somewhat. And then I'm going to get home and I know I'm going to have to reset a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's why I love living out of the city, because I'll drive and by the time I'm home, I'll be a little bit rested and ready to be a silly bean again.
Oh, totally.
But anyway, Val,
And the coffee could help too.
that coffee is going to be fucking dope, dude. Mom Japan, Jewish escape room, Muslim prom. Any of these grabbing you?
Of course, yeah.
Which one?
The escape room job was
Yeah,
fun.
you worked in an escape room.
It was like a mobile traveling escape room. Yeah.
Okay, quick pitch.
Yes.
It's an escape room.
Yeah.
We're opening this.
Yes.
We're selling your podcast, Mouthfeel.
Yes.
Then we're going to build this escape room. Here's the thing, though.
Okay.
You go in.
Yeah.
You solve it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say, let's say you go in on a street in LA.
Yeah.
You go in and you're solving it. It's actually kind of easy.
Yeah.
And you find the key, and the key unlocks the door to this kind of one of those Airstream trailers.
Yeah.
You're like, I think it opens the door. You open it. You're in the desert. Now the game begins.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cinema. We come here for magic. People,
Nicole Kidman
heartbreak feels
walks
good
out.
in a place like magic.
Heartbreak feels good in a place like magic.
That would be like
really
kind
cool.
of a fun little game. That's a fun escape room. Like you have to put on the outfit and you have to recall as much as you can of it, and people would just kind of stammer and stutter their way through.
Like, don't forget the lyrics.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
Don't forget the
yeah,
words. But for
yeah.
that, I had an idea of don't forget the solo, where we play you a song like "Smooth"
Yeah.
by Santana, and we stop before the solo, and you have to hum it.
Okay. Wait.
hard.
Okay. Can I do the Saturday Night Live solo?
Is that a standing solo? It was a full uppercase C sound.
They have a saxophone. You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah.
I watched that guy during the monologue,
Yeah.
and when it's not going well,
When that happens, I know I'm in New York and I know I'm laughing.
at a bad monologue. Oh, I didn't know.
Or just
we
like
were-
the vibe of SNL. It's
Oh,
really,
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
really baked into that sound. That saxophone just ripping. I'm
But
like,
that saxophone player who sits there,
Yeah.
to the
oh, with the
right.
gray hair. He's like the leader of the band.
Yeah, and he's always always
Yeah.
smiley, even if it's going.
Oh, right.
Not
They kind
great.
of panned him sometimes.
He's kind of
and
like he stays with.
he's
you.
right there. Sometimes he nods and it gets a laugh.
He never sells them out. Is what. I
Yes, that is
appreciate
true.
about
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when you worked at the escape room, were you? What was that?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So basically, okay, this is when I was doing NACAs and
Yeah.
touring colleges. My college agent had a bunch of services that they offered schools, and one of them was stand-up comedy, but another one was a mobile escape room brought to your college. And they were like, hey, if anyone wants to be a part of this and operate them, we'll pay you, we'll fly you there, and you can do it.
Wow.
And I was like, I had a little plan. I thought, okay, I'm gonna do this escape room thing, but I'm gonna book my flights a day apart, and I'm gonna try to book shows at
just gonna say
clubs
that's
near these
exactly what you should
colleges,
do, yeah.
and that's what I did. And I was touring for free and getting paid and getting to see different parts of Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and it really, really worked. And I did it with a friend of mine, who's also a comedian, and we had a really great dumb time together, like getting trained, learning how to do it. It was very confusing.
Did you really not set it up properly?
100%. The joke is that like the first time I did it, a ton of people showed up and no one escaped because the room was really confusing and I set it up wrong. And that is true. That is totally true because the puzzle, like the person who set it up, her name is Nicole. She did a great job. She did a really good job, like making these puzzles like difficult. They were too difficult, especially for college students and for comedians who have to set it up at 7 a.m.
Yeah,
like it was. So
it's a funny realization that would be like, did I put Captain Jack Sparrow's ringed hand in the safe?
100%. One time I left, like we had like an iPad was part of it. I left it at the hotel. And then you just know we have 10 groups coming in, not one's going to escape because they can't. And you're like, okay. And then at the end, they'd be like,
you just have to look them in the face.
You just have to look them in the face. And then at the end, they'd always be like, what did we get wrong? What did we get wrong? Oh, we were so close. What did we miss? And I don't even know. I'm like, thank you for coming. The next group is coming. Please leave. Get a picture.
You're going to miss finding out what you missed. Get out of here.
Really just
you got the
phoning it in, not doing a great job.
I can't hit that note.
Yeah.
You know what is one of my favorite, I guess it is a genre, gay jokes, Mateo Lane.
Yes, of course.
Opera.
Yes.
And then he goes, and that's how I came out.
He's
to my
amazing.
father.
I can't say enough about Mateo Lane. Just
for real.
a shepherd of sorts.
Yeah. He could shepherd us at the DMV.
Yes. An amazing, amazing man. But can I also I love gay jokes. Obviously, I love them, and I love hearing a new one that I didn't think of.
That's what I mean. It is a genre of jokes.
So it's incredible, and I also have a kink. I have a sex kink for when a straight guy comes up with a great gay joke. I'm like, this is fucking amazing.
Oh no! Now I really want.
I'm going to tell you
one,
and it's Ashton Womack.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's so funny, this joke. He's like, if we could find the gay gene. Coming out would be like really different. Like a kid would be like, Mom, Dad, one of you is gay. I was like that. I shook his hand.
Wow.
Like, that's so funny.
Did he give it to you?
No, that's his joke. That's his joke.
Oh,
and I just heard him
see.
tell it at Union Hall once, and it took my breath away. And I shook his hand. And now I just tell whoever. Also, wait, another one. Can I tell one more?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
Carly Kane has a joke. Carly
Kane,
Kane, a funny comedian here in, she's in New York now. Whatever.
Harley Quinn?
Carly Kane. Harley Quinn. Yeah, she's kind of like a clown. She has a joke where she goes, I love hanging out with my gay friends because they don't, we have so much fun. We drink and party. And they don't ask me a single question the whole night. So the next morning I'll wake up with anxiety. I'll wake up hungover, but I have no anxiety because I'm like, oh, didn't say a word.
That's funny. That's great.
I butchered it. No, she goes, didn't speak. That's the joke.
Didn't speak. This is me.
God.
I love everything about that. And that is the perk of hanging out with narcissists. It works on a lot of different levels. Or comedians.
Yes.
You could say like,
yeah, you
hang out
could
with
say it
comedians.
about, but it's so, I just love, like, I love. That's why it's like, it really, I hate it as a comedian when a gay joke is from a straight person is lazy and offensive because I'm like, brother, I want to be on your side. I love reaching across the aisle.
Yeah,
so when I hear a joke about gay people that is mean from a straight person that is funny and has like a grain of truth, I am like standing ovation to the stars. You got my ass.
Yeah.
I love you. Here's an A+ and a gold star. I'm alive. I love it. I love it so much. And I hope that that's the way everyone feels. Like when someone gets like perfectly roasted, I hope that they go, that's amazing. I feel so seen and I feel so, it's not like, it's not meant as like a hurtful attack. Like,
well, you can't make a joke like that, of that quality, of that caliber without some understanding.
Yes.
And that's what's so
yeah,
fun
completely.
about it.
Yeah.
For real.
And sorry for butchering it, but whatever.
I didn't mind
They're
it.
great jokes.
I didn't mind it. I've said it. It's not.
Also, Carly Kane isn't straight, so that's insane.
That's funny.
But she's not a gay guy.
I was just gonna say we just found an unconscious.
Yeah, you're not a gay guy.
The war between the lesbians and the gay men
Yes.
continues.
Yeah.
It's raging on.
Yeah, and that's what I came here to do.
to let me know as a certain sort of like I can keep that stereotype going.
Yeah.
Is that a stereotype?
Yeah,
that lesbians and gay men don't like each other?
Yeah.
I thought maybe
I think it's going away. It's going
That's
away.
what I was going to say.
Look, we have queer bars, so it's going away.
Oh, where they? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's actually is very important, and it's a kind of like when I came out like in New York, like there was Henrietta Hudson and there was the Cubbyhole, and that was it for capital L lesbian bars.
Yeah,
and that feels kind of crazy. Like there should be two
in Manhattan.
In Manhattan, there were 2: Henrietta Hudson, Cubbyhole.
Wow.
And I go, that there should be more of these. So I think queer bar is kind of just let's all hang out together, and now they're all for everyone. So it's a good thing.
I'm all about stand-up improv bars.
Literally. I mean, if I never went to like a club, a dance club ever again, I'm like, let's just go do stand-up.
Facts.
It's so fun. People laugh. I get to talk and people laugh. What else is there? I mean, it's got to be really fun for me to want to do that instead of that.
Right?
Right?
I feel the same way. In our final moments, I put all this pressure on it. Do you have any feelings on the meaning of life?
No. Oh my God. I've never had less. I'm
Really?
like, I'm like.
You're just eating sandwiches?
Yes, I am eating sandwiches, but it's also to fill like something. If there's like, I'm like, I've been up and I've down, up and down, up and down, and I'm like, I don't know where I'm at right now. Like,
what do you mean up and down? Like interested
okay,
in it,
when I was like at an 11 anxiety starting in stand up, I also started therapy at that same time, and it was an amazing time. I was going twice a week for a while. I was just like sobbing about my childhood. I was just releasing all these things. I was like, I can through love and compassion, I can make my life better, and I did. But then more things happened. And I was like, wait, that wasn't part of this. I was supposed to like be done now. Like I've healed and everything's cool now, right? And then that wasn't the experience. And I was a little kid about it, and I kind of took my toys and went home. And
from therapy?
From therapy, from just like, a lot of things, from like my self-image. Like life is like tricky.
Yeah, of course.
Life is tricky. So I don't know. I used to have like a much simpler, like optimistic viewpoint, but I'm like the last few years, I'm like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. If I wake up and my shoulder hurts a little bit less than yesterday, I'll take that. But I don't know.
I completely, even as a very spiritual person, like I was telling you about yesterday, when I just felt like a closed fist. And it's moments like that where I get really kind of hopeless, even about my own spirituality. I'll just be like, shut the fuck up. Like really, like you're just trying to calm down. You're afraid of you hate fear.
Yes.
You hate uncertainty, and you hate your anger. You hate being angry and afraid.
Yes.
So
I want a perfect life with no pain.
Exactly. So of course you're obsessed with a group that likes sitting quietly and talking in kind of calm tones about compassion and love. I'm out of that feeling, and I can look back on that and be like, that is valid, and that is okay, and that is a way that I can feel. I don't think it negates how I feel now, but when I'm really upset or in pain, here's what I'm trying to relate. I really don't like the corollary between kind of feeling okay and access to your own inner divinity.
Oh, yeah. Like you should still be able to
up
access that even if you're in a bad mood.
Yeah. And what it sounds like you were having some adulthood trauma stuff. Yeah. And that knocked you off your own healing in terms of maybe spirituality, but certainly therapy and self-love. It just kind of sucks. We're saying something very basic, like, oh, it sucks that when your life gets disrupted, sometimes the first things that go are thinking about the meaning of life and thinking about your own mental well-being. Yeah. And of course, we can agree, those things shouldn't be luxury items, and they're not. Yeah. They're available to anybody, regardless of whatever their circumstance, but it can be really hard to overcome and take a breath and go like, I'm having a panic moment, and that doesn't mean... That was one of the lines in my book. I go, the reality of the divine, just meaning ultimate reality, is not contingent on my mood. Right. And that was a big breakthrough for me. And I try to remember that when I'm having a really dark moment, and I go, it doesn't really matter that I feel really hopeless right now, because whatever the ultimate reality is, it's still that while I'm feeling hopeless. If that makes sense.
Completely.
But I don't like that I can't access it all the time.
I know.
It sounds like you kind of got knocked off some of that self-healing.
Oh my God. Like it's gone. It's gone. I'm like, what did I pay for? The mental health.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's disappeared.
But I bet it. Look, I'm not just trying to be Mr. Rogers. It's gonna.
I know. I hope so. I just am like a impatient child, and I want a perfect life with no pain.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about that.
Are you addict-y at all?
Probably.
The reason I
Again,
ask.
raw. I'm just raw. I wake up, I go out there.
Yeah, I get it.
Sometimes I have 2 drinks and I go, cool. Sometimes I have like 9 drinks and I go, uh-oh.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is I forget who said it, but they go, for the addict, euphoria is the only tolerable emotion.
Oh my God. Like, and also like black and white thinking.
Yes.
When I learned about black and white thinking,
I'm that.
I was like, fuck you.
Yeah. Me too.
But yeah,
Me too.
I have that.
I definitely have that too, and that's what showed its head. This is I'm 45 and I'm just figuring out that I'm real. Like I feel like there's an orb in front of me, and I can only see
Can
one
I just say
side
you
of
look
it.
so young? You do. I did think it, and I thought, let me just say it.
Well, you cut me off when I was gonna say Mateo Lane's a babe. So while we're like,
He's a hottie.
He's a babe.
Hottie with a body.
And you started saying something else nice about him, but I appreciate that. Very
Yeah.
much. But there's an orb in front of me, and I can only see one side of it. So if all I can see on it is my bad mood or like a financial concern, that's all I see. That's my whole reality. It's very like tunnel vision. But then if it's a nice conversation like this, what I'm saying is like, what's happening to me now, I think is the whole. It's another cognitive behavioral therapy blind spot. One of them is all or nothing.
Yeah.
One of them is catastrophizing. And mine is very like, what's happening now is the whole of my reality. It's the only thing that's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know how they categorize that. But I'm finally 45, trying to get over like, and Val again is very good at it. It's like, this is your experience right now.
Yeah.
But I promise you, that's why it's not victim-y or like Eeyore to say I'm having a trauma response. Like that's been so valuable to me, is to go like, I'm having like a child self, like my whole world is shrinking into just this one problem, and to have a partner that just goes like, I know that's what's happening, so validate it.
Yeah.
But I promise you that's not everything that's happening. I don't know how I got on that topic. Nice.
I feel better.
I felt it. I heard it. I think I saw it coming on your face.
Yeah.
I saw it coming.
Yeah. You're like, oh, he's going to have an emotional reaction. Oh.
I think you just let some trauma out.
Literally. That was a trauma response.
And shout out to me for...
And I've actually learned recently that that's okay to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, when I said it?
When you said it just now.
So when you die, do you think it's over?
I hope so.
That's hilarious.
I don't know.
A sort of... I keep seeing this article. It goes, the nightmare of having to live every human life.
Yeah.
Go
Can
ahead.
I tell you? I don't think it's over.
You think it keeps...
Can I tell you why I don't think it's over?
Tell me.
Okay. So you're trying to tell me that time is so long and infinite and so much. And the human life is this tiny little nothing in that huge long thing. There's going to be so much more not me than there is me.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that right now is that time. I'm like, I don't know. I think we're all here all the time.
Wait, I've never even thought
Does that
about
make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of a mind bender though.
Like,
That we
just
just-
imagine, like the
Like you shouldn't be here.
you shouldn't be here,
you
but I
are
am.
here. And
Come on, I'm always here.
I'm with you.
I did think that. I've thought that for a really long time. I haven't thought about it in a while.
Yeah.
So I could maybe reassess that a little bit, but I still kind of feel it. I used to really be like, as much as I was like, there's aliens and we're aliens to them. Come on, stop it.
Yeah.
I would be like, this doesn't just happen to be the one time I'm alive. Like,
Right. I agree with you. And I also, this is kind of weird, but I think it's very darling, to use that word again.
Yeah.
That some scientists now are getting really into simulation theory. And I'm like, oh, cute. You guys are like playing in the life isn't what it seems to be space.
Yeah.
But in the same way that religious people think of a deity that's like them.
Yeah.
scientists are thinking there's clearly some scientist that programmed this simulation.
Yeah.
For us. Which I'm also like, but it's coming from the same inkling of like, I think I always am.
Yeah.
And they're like, I am always am. It's because I'm data in the system or whatever it might be. And they say things like, what are the chances that would be alive at the most interesting time of history? And I'm like, cute. Cute.
Yeah.
Welcome.
It's very real. It's very real to me.
God's a scientist.
Come on.
So you're a programmer and God's a programmer too. Fine.
I don't know if it's like I don't know the details, but I'm just like I don't think it's a coincidence that the little blip is right now.
I get you. Of course, like subjectively, the blip would only ever be the
Blip when it's blipping.
Blip. You'd only blip when you're blipping.
Yeah.
But you mean from an external perspective, you'd be like, I think your thing has truth in it that is transrational, meaning it's pointing to something that kind of falls apart under the scrutiny of thought, but it still points to a feeling that is correct, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's just.
I'm saying like let's not unpack it because I think you're right.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
But if you start going and being like, well, from the blips perspective, yeah.
Yeah, I simply cannot prove this. I just have a feeling.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I have a bit right now where I go, I can't imagine that I'm dead and you're just walking around eating at Quiznos. Like I can't conceive of that.
Yeah.
And I think there is, again, I'll show my cards. I'm a spiritual person. I don't think we go anywhere. I don't think we ever were anywhere.
Wait, are Quiznos still open?
Facts. Quiznos.com/weird for 10% added to your bill. It's the same joke I make every time.
Oh, I was like, is that real?
No.
Okay.
No, I there's some Quiznos at some airport. The Denver airport has a Quiznos.
You know they're toasting the bread.
They're melting everything.
When I was in high school, I was like, they're toasting it?
And remember when Subway was like, we'll toast it too?
Yeah, they're like, hey, no, we can do that.
And you're like, shh, stop. Quiznos had the conveyor. And then Potbelly's toast too. Don't get me started on Potbelly's.
I don't know it.
Potbelly's is a Midwest. I think it's spread out. There's one in D.C., I know. Anyway, Potbelly's puts it on a little conveyor belt, like a canoe, and it heats it. And it's... Why do we love warm things so much?
I know. But I am now embracing like, not raw, but untoasted bread.
Oh, yeah.
It's also extremely powerful when it's good.
8-year-olds can't be wrong.
Do you ever just eat a bagel? Nothing. Just start eating it.
You are talking to the guy.
Yes.
My whole life, high school, go to the bagel place, plain bagel, nothing on it, just eat it. There's a real pleasure.
Because
it's like eating an eraser.
I think what it's doing is it's activating you can now you're not drowning out the flavor of the bagel.
Yeah.
So it's like you're listening really closely to something and you're hearing things you didn't hear before.
ASMR?
Yes.
It's ASMR.
There's
for
so
food.
much flavor. And then like that kind of waxy, tough outer.
You're making my teeth water? Is that possible?
Yeah. Oh, you're bleeding. You're bleeding.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, facts and fun. And yeah.
My mom always keeps like half an egg bagel in a sandwich bag.
Cute.
Yeah. Break it open. She has like long acrylic nails. Talk about ASMR.
Yes.
Like the plastic bag opening her long acrylic nails, kind of
clawing it out
into the bagel.
Like a talon.
And that like gummy, chewy pull of the skin of the bagel. Fuck.
Yeah. I think bagel sales are I'm not even joking. We're so impressionable.
Yes.
So many people will hear this.
They're gonna
number of them.
They're gonna try it.
A bagel.
They're gonna try it maybe for the first time ever, and they're
Yeah.
gonna realize that there's something really happening there. Oh,
we're back to Mouthfeel. Can I be a guest on Mouthfeel?
Oh my God, please.
Please?
Also, I have so that's in the works, but I have an actual podcast that's coming.
Oh, fun.
It's coming out in like 2 weeks. It's called Sorry What, and I would love to also have you guest on that. We film
Any
it
day.
just like this here in LA.
Really?
Yeah.
Any Monday.
Okay.
Monday's my day.
Gorgeous. We take voicemails. We tell people how to live their life.
Fun. I love a bad advice podcast.
Oh my God, it's an advice podcast from a bad listener. That's why it's called Sorry What.
My gay joke that I was going to tell you
Yes.
was I had a friend who, it's kind of sad. The beginning of the joke is I'm like, because I grew up in the Christian world, I knew a lot of closeted gay people. Yeah. There's kind of a tragedy to that.
Of course.
Of course. A lot of them are out though. I almost wanted to say their names, but they know who they are. And it's so wonderful to visit.
Name the
those
ones that aren't.
But I had a friend say to me, and this is real. He goes, I'm so straight, I don't even know what a good-looking man looks like. Which, by the way, is simultaneously the most Christian, most New England, and the most 90s thing you can say. Like it's so much of my childhood is that flavor of comment.
Yes, of pretending you don't know that Brad Pitt is hot.
And that is the bit.
It's, oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you stepped on my punchline. That is, like, what are you saying?
It's really, really nuts.
And I go, this is the part I thought you would like. But that's the point I make is I'm like, you're telling me you look at, it's always hard to think of a unattractive person, but I think I would do Lyle Lovett, even though I think Lyle Lovett is attractive. But you know what I mean.
Wait, who is that?
Lyle Lovett dated Julia Roberts, but he got a lot of guff for not being classically attractive. You
Remember when we were like
Howard, Ron Howard's brother, who usually plays like kind of like a goofy guy in movies.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of a dated joke. You can't say, in fact, I'm not saying not just because of the times. Who wants to say who's unattractive? That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
But you're saying you know the difference between Brad Pitt and anyone else. And my dad. That's how you could tell the joke.
Yes.
You're saying Brad Pitt and my dad. You can't tell the difference?
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
We lived through some infuriating times, huh?
That's what I mean. And the fact, actually, to have some compassion for my friend.
Yeah.
That he felt that he had to say that.
Yeah.
And I actually kind of thought this friend might be asexual, not gay, but I got the fact.
For a while, I thought I was that too.
Oh, really?
But then I'm horny as hell.
Horny AF.
Oh, I'm horned up.
Then the horns showed up.
Yeah. But apparently, I think asexuals can be horny. So maybe the jury's still out on me.
Funny, horny just for.
Yeah. I watched a documentary called Asexual.
Yeah.
And it was very educational. There's all different types of asexuals. You can be romantic or not sex. No, you can masturbate. Asexual people masturbate.
To like sand dunes? I'm not trying to be funny.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think that you can be like, they're called.
I was trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I'm taking a real risk.
I mean, hey, I've seen a couple mountains I would let hit it.
Honestly, dude, I picked sand dunes for a reason.
Yeah. This is you projecting. This is your like closeted sand dune guy.
Well, I think Jenny Slate had a joke about being sexually attracted to sand dunes that I found relatable. I was like, I get it.
Obvious Child. I watched it at the Angelica in New York City, and I left the theater and I said, I'm going to try stand-up comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obvious Child and Landline. Have you seen Landline?
Yeah.
Two incredible.
It's great.
Gillian Robespierre. She directed a lot of Crashing.
Really?
Because I'm obsessed with those movies.
She's
incredible. She's incredible.
God, that movie's so good.
Yeah. Whoa, you should do a special with her.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a director.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. She did Jenny Stage Right. I don't know if she did the new one. Where are we?
We are, sand dunes make you sexually aroused. No one asked, you brought it up. I feel like we should rap, but we can talk.
I used to do a joke on stage about if you could have sex with any animal, which one would it be? And mine was dolphin. Because something about it's like the bagel. It's like the skin. It's like a basketball. It's like a gymnasium floor.
Yeah.
And they're sleek. But then I found out that they sexually assault people.
They do.
Yeah.
But play rape with a dolphin, you know?
Play rape?
Yeah. When it's consensual, but you act it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you could do that, you know?
But then after a few years, I'm like, does it always have to be that? Like,
you just keep getting in the ocean. You're like, no. Kind of soaking wet and like bouncing your little titties.
No. We did it. We closed strong.
We got there. Yeah.
I do have to go.
Yes.
You have to go too.
Yeah.
To the DMV.
To the DM. No, I'm done. Never going back to that place until I have to, which is probably soon.
Right. All right. This was awesome.
This was so fun. Thank you.
What do we plug for you? We'll plug it up top.
The podcast, Sorry What?
Oh, right. I'm going to be a
premieres
guest.
July 9th.
Yes. And JaredGoldstein.com for tour dates from December of last year.
Yeah.
Let's get on that.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually, no. Actually, don't, because it's just follow, what is it?
At Hey Jared Hey.
Hey Jared Hey.
Yeah. I've got a little tour coming up, and I'm working on the fly right now. So the link tree and such will be updated. But, you know, times are tough. Okay? I'm at the DMV.
If you want to see me, come to the Pasadena DMV.
I'll
be doing hot wall material.
I'll be on my laptop on Squarespace, like kind of panic updating my website.
Actually, no, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, no one needs this anymore.
I know. I literally just set it up
because
because now it's Linktree. Linktree is the new website. And I should maybe even delete the website, but
keep it up.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Would you say keep it crispy?
I would love to. Keep it crispy.
It was so clean.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
You want to play it cool.
It was very cool.
Throw it away. Act like you've been here before.
That's life.
Yeah.
That's life. And
That's
maybe
life.
we have. It's all happening at once. Okay. Thank you, Jared.
Thank you.
You made it weird.